Mixed, partial, assholes. MMA-hole, 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 MMA-hole. You like to be a mixed martial asshole. MMA-hole, 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 MMA-hole.
No way.
Oh!
MMA-holes, MMA-holes. What's up, my friends? Welcome on a Thursday night. We are here. We are live. We're with you guys, the MMA-holes. How are you? Get this chat going. I want to hear you guys. I want to see you guys. I want to feel you guys in our live chat. We are here on a Thursday night trying things a little bit differently. This was a crazy week for the MMA-holes, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Wild, wild stuff. If you guys follow us on Facebook, you probably saw this already, but we had crazy interactions with two cool-ass UFC fighters. That's right, Chris Weidman and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. They hung out, they joked around, they did a lot of fun stuff with us, did a little shout-outs, signed some autographs, and it's funny that I say autographs because if you look right here, wait for it. That's right, guys. There's Gotham Magazine. There is some signatures. King Clan, guys. King Clan won a contest with the MMA-holes, and he won an autographed copy by Chris Weidman and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Gotham Magazine, special, shipping it out to Scotland. That's how we do this over here. We do this live, we do this fun, and we do this great. That's right. So today's a special show, and I'm going to tell you why this is a special show. We've been hyping it up for a little bit. Justin, the Fort Sumter, is going to be hanging out with us. That's right, Justin Sumter, an up-and-coming rising star. He's a badass. And we only have badasses on our show. Now, this is special to us because this is the first time in our Hangouts live we had a fighter. This is the first time. We've had fighters interact with us and we showed it to you guys, but it was recorded. It's not as fun. And the only live streaming we did was on Facebook. Blah. Facebook stinks. Right, Cummings?
Oh.
What is that? That doesn't sound right. Guys, it's our new sound effect. What do you think?
Oh.
I gave you a hint who that is. Who is this?
Oh.
Take a guess. If anyone knows, it has to do with my last stream. If you were watching the last stream, you might know what this sound is.
Oh.
The sound is
Wonderful.
for sure. Thank you guys for joining us today. So I'm going to play you something real quick. A little promo for you guys. A little tidbit of what's to come. Check it out. I do this. I call this. If you're new to the show, I call this presenting to everybody. Here we go. Check it out. That's YouTube, and we go like this. Woo, woo. There it is. Check it out, guys. What? That's a little taste, guys. That's a little taste of what's to come. We're hoping around 9:30ish, sometime around 9:30ish, we're going to have my man, Justin Sumter, coming in on the MMA-holes. I think you're going to want to stay tuned. Future legend, and he's going to be
Wonderful.
badass, guys. In the description down below, I put a couple of links in there so you can check out his social media and all that fun stuff. And I also have his last fight. It's a long one, 32 seconds long. That's what it is. 32 seconds long is his last fight. We're going to get into in-depth, in detail with Justin in just a few minutes. But before that happens, we need to talk some business, some beeswax. Okay, that's what we need to do. Justin Sumter's coming up. We need to talk some business. So let me check the chat. Let me see who's here. Let me get this party warmed up right now. Here we go. Mike Daly is here. Mexican is here. I am here. Let's read. Mexican's going to bang his neighbor, so we have to get this show going good. All righty. Da, 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 da. Intro music written and produced by Corey Feldman. That's what Mexican says. Mike Daly, LOL. Corey Feldman is a legend. Jesus Christ is here. Yo, 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 MMA family. Jesus Christ is here. Oh, okay. Now we have a certain MMA hole here. There was a little shout out. We'll talk about it in a second. I was calling her Marilyn. I think it's pronounced, and correct me if I'm wrong, Marlynn. Let me know. And it's Mexican's Bay. Check it out. All right, guys, before Justin comes in here and that badass intro that I played for you, I know you guys are all pumped up, but before Justin comes in here, what I'm going to do is talk about Tough. The finale was last weekend. Let's try that. Last weekend was the finale, and we need to discuss a couple of things. So this is what I do. I present you guys last week's fight card. Here it is. Boom. There we go. Presenting to everybody. There it is, guys. Check it out. Who watched the fight? If you watched the fight, drop a 1 in the chat right now. Live ones. Mike Daly loves the intro. That's good. Okay. Yeah. And Jesus Christ is blessing us all. We're all blessed when Jesus is here. Okay. Marlyn. All right. Like the fish? Marlyn, like the fish? Let me know if that's correct, and I'll keep on calling you the right name, and apologies for screwing it up with Wonderboy. All right, here we go. Guys, this is the fight. Unfortunately, every week we do a fight, buddies. When there is a fight, we hang out with you guys. We like to do a fight, buddies. We talk, we chill, we chat. Couldn't do it last weekend, but I did a fight, buddies, for Bellator. And unfortunately, that Bellator card was, it pretty much was not
wonderful
at all. It wasn't
wonderful.
It was more of a,
Oh.
it was one of those. Sorry. I can't get enough of that. All right, so here we go. And if you guys think that that's a dirty sound, it's not a dirty sound. It sounds dirty, but it's just a little. Oh, God. If you guys know what that sound is from, please tell me right now. Okay, so no LOL, no fish, emphasis on the Lynn. Okay, so Marlene, you got to come in. You got to come into our hangouts. We'll invite you in later, and you have to correct us because I'm just stumbling across that. Sam Irving's here. Masvidal looked good. Ellenberger got TKO by the cage. Guys, let's talk about that right now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about the last 3 fights of the main event. There was some good stuff in this card, but let's get to the meat and potatoes, shall we? Ellenberger versus Masvidal. Okay. Who did you guys have in this fight? What did you think? I made my predictions, and my predictions came true. I thought Masvidal was going to be great in this fight. He was. He had Ellenberger against the cage and opened up the chaos, opened up the gates of death, and just beat the snot out of Ellenberger. I'm not saying Ellenberger was a fluke after his last couple of fights, but I tell you what, Masvidal is a real deal. He's a good fighter. He came in there. He was confident. He came in, and he took care of business. So Masvidal took care of business quickly. 23. Man, 23 control, 50 strikes versus 11. Significant strikes. Check it out. 44 versus 11. It was a domination, 53 seconds long. He got in, he got out, got the job done. Good stuff. Now, a different type of fight. Guys, did you expect this? Henry Cejudo versus Joseph Benavidez. As I'm stumbling across their names, this was a good fight. It was a brawl. It was a brawl from beginning to end. 3 rounds. I could have went either way with this fight. I really didn't have a horse in the race, as I like to say. I did pick Cejudo, and it could have went either way. But I'm not upset by Benavidez getting the decision. What do you guys think? Do you think in the beginning, first rounds, that low blow twice, do you think a point should have been taken away for that? If you watch the fight, I need to know right now, do you think a point should have been taken away? That was a little controversial. I think it was an accident, and it could have affected Cahuto in that fight. It kind of sucked the life out of his morale, and it put him against the ropes. Granted, he hit him in the nuts twice, and that sucked, but it is what it is. Benavidez wins the fight, and I can't argue with it. It was a great fight. I could watch that again over and over again. We're going to go right here to the main event, guys. Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, wins over Tim Elliott. I've got to say, you look at this right now, and okay, the control is very dominant on one side, but Tim Elliott showed up to fight. I was shocked by this. I know Tim Elliott's the bigger guy. He had a tough weight cut to get there, and he noticeably was bigger, but he was laughing, having a little fun with Demetrius. Fun fight to watch, man. He's one of those guys that belongs in the UFC. I know he got kicked out. Welcome back, Tim Elliott. You belong in the UFC, but Mighty Mouse gets the win and holds on to that belt. And one more fight, he could tie Anderson Silva's record. So what did you guys think of that? I need to know right now in the chat, what do you guys think about those three fights, those top fights, the fights of the tough finale, which so happened to get the worst ratings ever? I don't know. Every time Mighty Mouse fights, he's plagued by bad ratings. It kind of sucks because the average fan, the one that just comes and goes into the UFC and likes to watch these fights, aren't too into Mighty Mouse. But if you watch the guy fight, I mean, the guy's good. He is good. He is a good fighter, and he's a winner. And he adjusted to Tim Elliott and made shit happen. Let's check out the chat. Let's see what you're doing in there. I see it's all warmed up. I like when the chat is warm. Keep it warm for me. I'm coming in there. Okay. Marlon Lane says, Masvidal was great, but there shouldn't have been a timeout that ended in a TKO. That's wow. Okay. So you don't think, hold on a second. Shouldn't have been timeout that ended in a TKO. That's it. That's what we think. What do you guys think in the chat? Mexican says, Carrie. Hello, lady. Oh, Carrie's here. Hello, Carrie. Welcome. Stream was epic. Carrie is in the chat. Guys, subscribe to Carrie's channel. She has epic streams. We love that. And Mexican's part of the Carrie family over there. You get sucked in. Once you watch one show, you get sucked in. Kind of like the MMA-Holes. Keep in mind, if you're just joining us right now, Justin the Fort Sumter, is going to be live on the MMA-Holes. Exciting. Okay, I think a point should have, yes. Okay, this is talking about the Cahuto fight, Benavidez. I think a point should have, yes. It happened twice. He shouldn't have kicked so low. That's what Marlon says. Marlon. I'm going to call you Wondergirl. How about that? Wondergirl. There you go. Wondergirl. Okay, absolutely. She agrees with Mexican. Hey, look who it is. Glenn Allen is here with a thumbs up. Hey, guys, MMA-Holes fam. The soundbite isn't Carrie. It is Bwahaha. Nothing against Ellenberger, but Masvidal is a beast. So you think that this sound is from Carrie's stream? What do you think? Guys, it's not from Carrie's stream. But what is it? What is it from?
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. And guys, in case you didn't know, Eddie Gone Bonkers is the peanut guy. In case you didn't know. We find out every time. But thank you for reminding us. Okay, Wondergirl says, sick fight with Elliott versus Johnson. It was a sick fight. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. He really brought it. Amazing defense on both ends. 9th time defense. Says something about him. All righty. Here we go. Wondergirl works. All right. She likes Wondergirl. There we go. Wondergirl's a hell of a lot easier. Until you come on the stream, we're going to keep you as Wondergirl. Okay. I got to move the chat around so I can see what's going on here. Mexican very active, says if Elliott hadn't wasted so much energy in getting that choke in the first round, which he did. But I tell you what, going 5, he still hung in there. Elliott probably would have had the juice to win, but I'm just speculating. How funny was it? Did you guys notice this? Where Mighty Mouse took his fingers and squeezed Elliott's nose for a little bit, having a little fun with him, trying to F with him a little bit. That was actually kind of funny. They were both laughing. They were both having fun. Word on the street is in the second round, Elliott, he was done. That tough weight cut, the spending a lot of gas trying to put Mighty Mouse away, really sucked the life out of him. So that was word on the street, but he hung in there, man. he hung in there, and he was a lot of fun. Every time they got back up to the feet, I love watching it on unorthodox style. You know, it looks like it just frustrates other fighters, and it doesn't frustrate the fans. Okay, Carrie says that this sound, ready? Is not from her stream. What is that, guys? It is not dirty. Well, not sexual. Let me put it that way. It's clean in that aspect. Okay. So Eddie Gun Bonkers says he will KO Connor in the 6th round.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. That's what Eddie Gun Bonkers says. He's going to KO Connor in the 6th round. Guys, did you see that fight? Excuse me. My voice is going to jump out of my head. Did you see that fight? Welcome to the cage. We are the MMA-Holes. We are live on a Thursday night. Usually we do our streams every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, but tonight we're doing it on Thursday, and we're hanging out with you guys, the Holes. Hanging out. Get ready, guys. In a few moments, we'll be talking to Justin Sumter. After Justin Sumter, we'll have our nice little chat, and we'll open up the Google Hangouts to the rest of the Holes, and then we'll just have a whole free-for-all and just hang out and have a good time. We have a lot of fights this weekend. This weekend is filled with fights, and I'm filled with joy. UFC 206 is this weekend. We got a fight night on Friday that I'm pumped up about, and there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Let's see something here. I'm going to take you on a voyage. How many people in the chat are liking our Facebook page? Let me know now with ones. I want to see how many ones in that chat are liked to our Facebook page. And if you're not, maybe I'll do a little something right now where I'll take you a little stroll and show you why you want to be on our Facebook page. Let's see. Da-dee-da-dee-da. Okay, this is what we're doing. We scroll, we have fun, and we are the MMA-Holes. Hey, wee. Okay, stop it. Settle down, Chris. Everybody settle down. Okay, here's the MMA-Holes page. There he is, Justin the Fort Sumter. That's right. He's going to be on shortly. And there I am with my belt. It's Justin again. Guys, what do you feel about this fight? Juliana Pena. She finally got her fight, and she's fighting a badass. What do you guys think? Valentina, Juliana. I honestly see this fight. I'm going to stop this for a second. I'm going to talk about this fight real quick. I got sidetracked. I need to talk about this fight with you guys. With the Holes. Juliana Pena is my favorite right now. She's my girl right now. She's the one that I watch. She's the one that I feel has the chutzpah to go for that belt. She's the girl to watch. Check it out. She's going to be fighting for that strap very shortly, depending on what happens with this whole Rousey situation. She's going to be there. I see some ones in the chat, Carrie, Eddie, and Wondergirl, like our Facebook page, and we thank you. That means you've seen this stuff already. You are true MMA-Holes. We need more MMA-Holes on our Facebook page. I know I did a stream last week before, actually on Monday afternoon, and it was talking about the events on Monday night. If you guys are new to the show, we went to see Gotham Magazine, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and Chris Weidman. We hung out with them, and what I wanted to do was stream on YouTube. I thought that was the way to go, live stream on YouTube, and YouTube kind of shut me down. I sent multiple emails. They blew me off, and the best part about this was this. I was bummed out. I was like, now I have to go on Facebook Live. Not all of the subscribers are on Facebook Live. They have YouTube. They're YouTube subscribers. They don't want Facebook. And I don't blame them. They want to just be on YouTube. I want to be on YouTube. So I told YouTube, I typed to them and I said, listen, do me a big solid. There is an application add-on for the YouTube app. If you can, let me just try it out. I know you're letting other YouTubers try it out. Let me try it out. Let me give it a whirl. Let me see what happens. I have a big event, blah, blah, blah. They didn't care. They blew me off. The best part was that night when we went to the event, we were hanging out. We did a couple of Facebook Lives. Boom. I get an email from YouTube saying, hey, I see you're covering the UFC, blah, 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 blah. And then they started talking about the live app again. What? Okay. So now I'm like, all right, so they're going to give me access to this thing. And they blew me off again. But I'm on their radar. The MMA-Holes are on YouTube's radar. We're gonna make things happen here. So listen, right now, I think we're at 219 subscribers. I am beyond happy about this. I didn't think anything of it. This started as a fun little hangout. You know, we just talk about UFC, Bellator, all of the types of MMA. We created this little family that grew into a 219 person family. This is exciting. So what I want to do is this. By the end of the year, if we get 300 subscribers by the end of the year, which I know is going to happen this weekend, we're going to make a hit on the Fight Buddies. We're going to get some more subscribers. But if we get 300 more subscribers, this is what I'm going to do. The MMA-hole t-shirts with this logo on it are going to be made. We're going to start it up. We're going to start the MMA-hole army. We're going to get things going. MMA-hole revolution. MMA, I don't know. We're just going to be the MMA-holes, and we're going to rock our shirts proud. We're going to rock out with our out. We're going to rock out with our out. Do you guys know what? I'm assuming you guys have no idea what that sound is from. X-Ghost, what's up, X-Ghost? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the MMA-holes. Stick around. Justin Sumter is going to be joining our chat. He's a fighter. And we're going to learn a lot about him. Inside look about the MMA world. Check it out. So get ready. 300 subs. You know what to do. The t-shirts come out. The MMA holes are strong and large. And that's how that works. Okay, we're going to go back to that Facebook page. Juliana. All right, hold on. All right, ready, guys? This is what we do. We do this. If I could make things happen. Yeah, here it is. You guys ready? Here we go. Boom. There it is. Presented to everybody. Okay. We talked about this. We spoke about this very quickly. If you guys are pumped up, Juliana Pena versus Valentina Shevchenko. Sorry. If you guys are excited about that, hit me with the ones. Hit me with the ones. And I want to know who you think is going to win in this fight, guys. Who is going to win? Is Juliana going to keep running strong and going hard and fast? Is Valentina going to be going hard and fast? She's been pretty damn good lately. We got two tough girls. Who do you think you have? I'll tell you in a second who I have. Oh, look at this. Check this out, guys. Sexy man's walking around. Got to fast forward a little bit over here. I can't really play the sound because what happened was there's music in the background. I'm not sure if there's copyrighted music, but on our Facebook, we scroll through, and here he is. Check this guy out. That's Stephen Thompson. He's in the dark, but don't worry. He's got my back. Check it out. Boom. Puts the light. Hey, who is that guy? This guy over here told Wondergirl that he loved her.
Yes, I read your tweets. Thank you so much.
What? What?
We really appreciate it, and I love you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
How about that, guys? Stephen Wonderboy Thompson loves Wondergirl. There you go, Wondergirl. That's for you. All right. Hey, Ray the Axe Murderer Malone. How are you? Okay, Eddie Manster says, you're going to blow up. I hope he doesn't mean I'm going to explode. Connor, am I going to blow up?
Yes, sir.
So Connor thinks I'm going to blow up too. Just a matter of time. That's right. It's just a matter of time. Connor agrees.
Yes, sir.
Ray the Axe Murderer Malone. Coolest name ever. This always pops up on my feed whenever it's live. Good times. Funny show. Just stoop annoying voices. Or stop annoying voices. Ray the Axe Murderer loves this.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. And Ray the Axe Murderer, did you hear this? Does anyone know who that is? Let me know. Wonder Girl's throwing the hearts up. She's in love. She's going to invite all 219 MMA holes to the wedding. Yes. MMA holes, you want to go to the wedding? Wonder Girl, Wonder Boy's wedding. Let me know. I think it would be a nice time. It would be a fun time. Wonder Boy is Hitler's dream, says Mexican. Oh, God. Wonder Boy is Hitler's dream. That's right. Stephen Wonder Boy Thompson. A couple of more cool things I'm going to show you real quick. All right. Here we go. I'm going to show you. Oh, there he is. Okay. Scroll through over here. There's some more videos. This is kind of cool. We were talking to Wonder Boy, and we have a little bit of a photo bomb. Oh, there's that creep again. Who's that guy? Who is this guy over here? Who
the fuck is that guy?
That's me. All right, let's just go through over here. Like I said before, I don't know how much audio I can play because what the fuck just happened? Oh, there I am again. It just went bonkers like Eddie. All right. Here we go. Everybody relax. No, that's not it. Things jumping around. It's like House of Pain over here. All right, let's scroll through. So where are we? Where are we at? Oh, okay, here we go. We go right here. So talking to no, is this it? Oh, here we go. So as I'm talking to Stephen Thompson, look at this creep. Look at that creep over there just creeping in on us. That man over there is Chris Weidman. I don't know if you could see it, but that is Chris, the All-American Weidman. Hold on. I got to take this. Unfortunately, I can't play the sound. But I'm gonna upload this separate, guys, so you can see the sound, see what's going on. What a good guy. A lot of fun. Stay tuned. We're going to have some more stuff about that. It was a lot of fun, that event. That was on Monday night, the Gotham Magazine cover party. We have an autograph going to an MMA-hole. My beauty light's in the way. But there it is. Hold on. There's the signatures, guys. Going out to Scotland. To the great King Clan. King Clan hasn't been here in a while. Maybe he'll pop on and hang out with the holes. That'd be nice. But he comes in from Scotland. It's a little crazy. And King Clan is
wonderful
for sure. So enough of that. This weekend, we have a lot of stuff going on with UFC 206, the fight night, a lot of crazy stuff. By the way, did you guys say in the chat who you have? Let's see. Let's check out the chat. So I have a 2-computer system going right now. I have a computer here. I have a computer there. We have a lot of stuff. And you're right over there. You're inside. I could just grab you guys. It's pretty cool. Okay. Lois Lane's sister. Wondergirl, are you Lois Lane's sister? That's what X-Ghost wants to know. Ray the Axe Murderer says, Holloway. Holloway. Dun, 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 every day. All right, that's pretty bad. That's pretty embarrassing. Pretty bad. Okay, guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick peek at this weekend. We're going to break down the fights. And guess what, guys? We're going to do a Mma-Holes Fight Buddies. Why not? You guys like Fight Buddies? Let me know. Hit the thumbs ups. Let me know if you like those Fight Buddies. I like doing the Fight Buddies. It's a lot of fun. Let's go to the schedule. Whoa, big man. Big man about to fight. Look at these two guys, man. Jesus Christmas. All right. So we got 2 things this weekend. We have a weekend full of fights. Full of fights. This is what we're starting off right over here. And it's no slouch. Check it out. I'm a little upset that Sterling's not on his card. He got rescheduled, so he'll be back in business. It's all good. But this is good stuff, man. Fight night? Why not? Check out this main card. Heavy hitters going throughout this whole thing. You got to like this. Check it out. Okay. Now, Gian Villante, he's my dog. And the reason why I say that is because we have a picture of him. If you look at our Instagram page, there's a picture of him. I thought that we pissed him off, but clearly we didn't because Mrs. Weidman says we didn't. So, okay, we didn't piss him off. But he's back in the octagon. He's fighting some Russian guy. And it's funny. The funny part about the Russian guy is when I asked Marie V. Weidman, who's Chris Weidman's wife, I go, does he have a fight? Because his original fight got hurt. His original fight had this happen. And now you know where the soundbite's from. The soundbite is from none other than Patrick Cummings. Guys, you know Patrick Cummings? He was supposed to fight Villante. Patrick Cummings was supposed to fight Villante. He got a staph infection, and it's disgusting. And I watched it on the Fight Buddies last time. My buddies dropped the link into the chat. I watched it, and this happens. And when that happened, it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. You ever see Play-Doh? Think about Play-Doh, yellowish Play-Doh coming out of someone's leg. It's making me sick to my stomach just thinking about it, but I love the sound effects. So that's that. Now you guys know what the sound effects from, the sound bites from. I bring you back to the card. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Carrie, I see you saying Holloway. Radiax Murder says Villante is a bum. All right. Pettis had scientific training this camp. Goddamn Peds. Patrick Cummins is a tent. What? Patrick Cummins is in a tent. Poor guy. What? Wait, I'm confused. I'm reading the chat right now. All righty. I don't know what's going on there, but there you go. I'm going to be doing my picks this weekend. Maybe 2 fight buddies in a row. How about that? All right. So this is the Volante fight. My man steps in from Russia. He's going to take him down. This should be fun, man. I think Volante needs to bounce back after that last fight. It was a little rough. It was a little rough go. Here we go. Corey Anderson versus Sean O'Connell. Another good one. Corey Anderson is a beast. He is a dangerous fighter. But the thing about Corey Anderson the most is his nipples. Whoops. Can't see his nipples here. Corey Anderson's known for his very weird nipples. He's got very weird nipples. That's how I remember Corey Anderson. The nipples, I don't know. They're just odd. But let's just forget about that. Corey Anderson versus Sean O'Connell. Awesome stuff. We just got the heavy hitters coming. Guys, Anthony Hamilton versus Francis Ngannou. All right. Check it out. And then the main event right here. Guys, this isn't going far. This isn't going fast. You got the Black Beast versus Abric. Holy smokes. This is going to be good. This is going to be fun. Derek Lewis is like, I don't know who I'm fighting. I'm fighting some guy with a long name. And let's go. Let's do this. So that's going to be fun. That's Friday night. Now we move on. We move along. Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Here we go. Okay, I see a lot of Holloway screaming in the chat. So this is what I do. I do this. Oh. All right. Guys, check it out. This is UFC 206. Oh, hold your horses, guys. Everybody relax. Everybody settle down for a second. We have a guest. Guys, I'm going to give you a little intro right now. Right now with the MMA-Holes, we have the future legend of the MMA world. We have Justin, the Fort, Sumter in the house. Everybody give it up. Okay, Justin, you're here. He's calling somebody. Who's he calling? Justin, can you hear me? What's up?
Here.
It's all right. Throw in some headphones. I'm going to do the intro when he comes back. Justin Sumter right there. This is awesome. This is pretty cool. We have, hey, Justin, how you doing? You hearing me right now? All right. He's adjusting his sounds.
I can't hear anything. Okay. What's going on?
Oh, good. You hear me, Justin? Hey, Justin. How's it going? Do you hearing me right now?
I can't hear anything.
Oh, boy. So,
can you hear me?
I do hear you. Yes. I hear you.
Oh, shoot.
Let's see. Let's write in the chat. Everyone say we can hear him. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to write in the chat right now. We.
There's a mic.
Oops. I spelled here wrong.
Should try this before.
All good, man. It's all good. Take your time, man. Here we go. Oh, why am I screaming? In the chat, everything is capitals. It's all good. All right, so Justin Sumter is here. Fine, he's going to figure this thing out. And we're here on the MMA-Holes Live, sipping on water. That's what we do. That's what we do. I'm getting text right now. Oh, now I'm getting messages. Let's see. All right, Justin, can you hear me yet or no? I'm going to take that as no. Okay, Ray the Axe Murder. This is Justin Sumter. He is an MMA fighter. He has a couple of professional fights under his belt. And I got to say, if you have a second, check out down below in our chat, in our description. We have a couple of links to his social media and his last fight. You got to check it out. Oh, hey,
can you hear me?
Yes, we do. Do you hear me?
Okay, finally. Yeah, I got it.
Yes. Okay, Justin, this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to introduce you one more time. Here we go. Justin, the Fort Sumter, is here with the MMA-Holes Live. How you doing today, Justin?
I am doing great, finally, now that I got all the sound and stuff figured out. So I'm doing pretty good.
No worries. We're very happy to have you here. We have the chat going right now. The MMA-Holes are here. We're warmed up, and we're ready for you, Justin. I'm glad everything's doing good today. Where are you coming from? You coming from training or?
Yeah. I just got out of sparring at a FAACT in West Haven, so I had to just run back home and jump online for you.
That's awesome. I appreciate you coming on. This is actually this is really exciting. This is the first time we actually had a professional fighter live on our stream. We've had interviews, but it's been so sporadic. This is the first time on the MMA-Holes Live. We have you, and we're all excited about this.
Thank you very much well, this is my first time being on any live stream show like this, but greatly appreciated you having me on your first. So
let's talk a little bit, Justin. We're going to go down memory lane. We're going to talk real quickly. How did this start? Where are you from, Justin?
Originally, I am from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I moved to Georgia when I was real small, lived there for most of my life. That's where I kind of picked up MMA. I started in wrestling in high school, and then after high school, went to college. Really didn't do anything, and then someone said, "Hey, you want to do jiu-jitsu?" I was like, "Jiu-jitsu? What is that?" And so I tried it. I liked it, and then like 30 days later, I can remember someone was like, "Hey, you want to fight? Do an MMA fight?" I was like, "Why not?" So I drove from Georgia to Florida, and I fought this guy. His name is Matt Monk. I fought him. It was a week notice, and I beat him in 1:30, and I was hooked from then.
Wow, 1:30. Now, was this a cage or was this like a ring situation?
It was a ring in Florida. Like it was Breakthrough MMA. They have a great promotion now down in Florida. A lot of good guys came out of that ranks and are fighting in the UFC now, but it was in a ring. So being my first fight in the ring, it was kind of all right. It was more tailored to striking, which is kind of my strong suit. So I excelled in it, just to say the least.
That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So right now we have a live chat going. I'm going to explain how this show works. Basically, we do a weekly show, and we have a live chat going. They're vicious in the chat. They're lovely in the chat, and they're going to keep going. So don't be alarmed if there's crazy questions coming out of the chat. I'll make sure they'd be nice. But I noticed right off the bat, there's a lovely lady named Carrie who says that she would spar with you, and I think in a dirty way.
Hey, you know what I mean? I'm always up for a challenge, depending on what it is. So, we gotta maybe keep it a little PG-13, but
That's fun. That's fun. Yeah, I just thought I'd pop out. There's a lot of things going on, but I just thought I'd pop out. So I noticed that you are named the Fort. That's your nickname. And back in the day, were you named the Machine? Was that your original name that you went with?
Yeah, it was kind of like they were like, "Oh, you need a nickname," and everybody was giving me, like, all my friends that gave me the Fort. They were like, "Oh, you should be the Fort, like Fort Sumter." And I was like, "Nah, man, I'm a machine when I go in the cage. I'm just like mechanical with it. I just go in there and do work and get out." And then more or less, it was kind of, they still try to nag me with the name and like, "You got to be the Fort. You got to be the Fort." So I ultimately decided when I turned professional, I would go with the Fort. Especially now that I'm in Connecticut, I still have a big fan base down south. So they when they hear that name, they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's my boy Justin." So and they're familiar with the Fort being Fort Sumter. So
that actually makes sense. For some reason, the name the Fort just that just works. That works really well. I just like it. Just sounds badass. I definitely think you made the right choice on that one.
Yeah. And it feels, I like really like my friends, they kind of like, you should give us like royalties for having that name because they're like, "We've been calling you that for so long, and you should definitely pay us." So
they're all looking for handouts from you. Look at this. That's crazy. So now here's a question: are you into any other sports?
Sports being like I enjoy like soccer, golf, tennis, like basically any other sport, but like all my time and energy goes into MMA. So
that's cool. Now my next question would be this: so now MMA just stole you. It looked like it just swept you off your feet. How did you what made you think that, okay, you said you started with wrestling and then you went to jiu-jitsu, but did you get into a lot of fights as a kid, or like what made you go into that route where you wanted to have that kind of like hand-to-hand like action going on?
Yeah, a lot of people ask me this question, and I can remember I was in one fight when I was real little. I actually got punked. We're on the baseball field, and this guy was talking smack, and I pushed him, and then he punched me in the mouth, and I didn't do anything. So like literally, that was like the only fight I can remember out of my childhood. I didn't fight growing up, and kind of the reason that I chose to do MMA was mainly because
Game of Thrones. Look out! Look out!
I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. So that's my ringtone. Let me turn that off right quick.
Yeah, Game of Thrones is the shit. So I don't mind that going on.
But the reason because I did football, I did track in high school, and I stuck with wrestling. One, because like, you know what I mean, I would bust my behind on the field and work out as hard as I could. But when you're doing a sport like football and track, really your significance in the team is kind of dependent on how your other teammates do. So more or less, I kind of stuck with wrestling because, you know, you bust your behind on the mat, and then you go out on there, just you and another guy, and you guys, whoever worked the hardest, whoever was more determined, won that match. And kind of like in MMA, that's, you know what I mean, that's just one step above, you know what I mean? Like, really, once they lock that cage, doesn't matter, you know, who you train with, doesn't matter what your name is. It's all about how hard you train, your motivation, and what you're in there for. And they lock that cage, and it's kind of a mano, you know, like kind of the cream rises to the top. So I kind of like the one-on-one aspect of that, and challenge yourself against someone else.
I see what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense. You know, now that you're bringing up the cage and getting locked into this thing, you got to take me from the beginning. Let's start from when you're warming up, getting ready to go out there. Okay, what does that feel like? To just know that crowd is out there waiting for you, you know, to enter that cage or ring. What is that feeling? Is your heart just beating out of your chest? Like, just take me through that path right now.
Well, I gotta. It will sound kind of weird if I say it, but I gotta kind of lead you to that point. I kind of have this weird. I don't want to say it's a ritual, but it's something I do. Well, yeah, you could say a ritual. I do it every time. But when I get ready for a fight, so, you know, I usually get ready like maybe three or four fights before mine. Before then, I'm sleeping. Like, I'm literally on the ground with my headphones in, just resting, sleeping. And the reason that I sleep is, you know, like when you go to sleep at night, do you often remember what your dreams are?
You know, I wish I did. I don't remember anything. It's crazy.
So I take, because your mind can get mentally taxed. So if you think about something too long, you can mentally tire yourself out. And when I fight, I don't want to be tired, one, physically or mentally. So what I do is I just go to sleep. And usually I don't really dream about nothing. Have the headphones, you know, listen to the music and just rest. And then I get ready, you know, hit the pads, get the warmer, get a nice sweat. But when I'm walking out to the cage, it's just, you know, I don't want to say I have the mentality of, oh, I'm just going to go in there and whoop somebody's butt. But my mentality is like that racing. Well, did I do everything right? Did I, you know, train as hard as I could? And then once I hear my music, that's kind of the key. Like, it prepares you to step in that cage. Once I hear my music, then I'm like, oh man, I busted my behind this camp. I pushed my hardest. I did everything I had to do to, when I step in that cage, I'm gonna be extremely prepared. And, you know, once I hear my music, I walk out in the cage. Just, you know, my mind is already set. I know what I'm gonna do, and I go in there and accomplish my goals.
So you basically have the perfect mindset for this. Like, just all the videos that I've watched of you, you look super focused. You look like, it doesn't look like anything's affecting you right now. So you're literally in the zone at this moment. As soon as you hear that music, you're saying.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of like, I kind of feel the vibe. I like to say Bruce Lee's phrase, you know, you got to flow like water and crash like water. Especially my mind. I want my thoughts to be fluid. I want my movement to be fluid. So as soon as I step in that cage, whatever he throws at me, I know I'm going to be ready for it and I have something back to give them. So
that's a great way of thinking. You were definitely meant for this. You were born for this, it looks like.
Yeah, like I would say, I don't want to say I was born for it, but I think I'm adapted to the game. I think I don't want to say I'm on a different level than everybody else, but I want to consider myself on a different level than everybody else, just because when you consider yourself different, you kind of stand out. And I don't want to stand out necessarily among other people and say, oh, that guy's good, oh, that guy's great. I want to stand out within myself. So, I don't want to be like anybody else. I just want to go in there and do what I feel I need to do. So kind of be unique, basically.
So now you're in the cage. The cage claw, everyone says the same thing. When the cage door closes, as soon as that thing locks, it's like a whole different world. Do you feel like you're in a different world in there? Is it, you hear the crowd, or does Jon Snow come and and get the dire wolves?
Right. There we go. Everything's off. Right.
It's all good. It's all good.
When I step in the cage, it's like, you probably heard this before, but it feels like every second is multiplied by 10. Everything is slowed down. I think that's more or less because your adrenaline in your body. Like when your adrenaline spikes, your senses heighten, your movement heightens, and it kind of feels like you're in a different time frame than everybody else. Like every second. My last fight was 23 seconds, but it felt like it was like 5 minutes. And so once that cage is locked, it's like there's just a dome. It covers the cage, and whoever's time frame is more precise is going to win at that particular moment. And that's kind of why I try to work, especially with working with Nick Newell. Everybody knows he's the guy that overcome a lot of adversity, fighting with one arm, but just training with him, switching gyms, you can definitely see the change in my timing. I feel like I'm the quickest 185er out here in New England. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I just feel my timing is exceptional, especially once I step in the cage. Like when I train, it's not, I feel like I kind of am slow and sluggish, and I don't go as fast as I can, but when I step in the cage, I feel like I'm, like Flash or something. Like all my movements are extremely fast. My timing is extremely fast. So that's what I once they lock that cage, that's what I think happens. It just, the time slows down for me.
It's funny that you say Nick Newell. How did you link up with him? I met him not too long ago, and I was like super starstruck when I ran into him. How did you run into him?
Well, I came down to I came up to Connecticut. 2014, I started training with the Henzo Gracie School in West Haven. And in one of the fights, I was going to corner one of my teammates, but the guy backed out. And I saw him in the corner, and I was like, "Oh man, that's Nick Newell. That's Nick Newell." And I got a picture with him, and then he told me about his school opening up in West Haven. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good. It's close to my other school." And then I had my first professional fight in Bellator, which is, it's kind of a touchy subject but I lost my first professional fight in Bellator, and it still kind of hurts right here, but
sure.
I kind of evolve and get better. So I don't take a loss as a loss. I take it as a learning experience. But after the fight, I saw him in the terminal, and he was like, "Hey man, you did a great job. You look great." And just really encouraging words. And then at that moment, I was like, well, that was, he didn't have to do that. He could have said, couldn't have said anything. But I really saw kind of his personality, and he's a really down to earth guy. And that's kind of what I needed in my corner. Someone like that can coach me. And so, I ultimately switched gyms, and it's been clockwork ever since. So
now you said you're in Connecticut now?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut. I moved up here in 2014.
2014. Oh, okay. Yeah. So now I looked on SureDog. It had different stats. It said you had 2 pro fights on SureDog, but then there was another website that said that you had 3. I'm not sure how that worked out. So how many pro?
Well, like, I don't know how they track that, because I have a total of 14 amateurs, and I see on different websites like I have 11, I have 12. But ultimately I have 3 professional fights, 1 loss in Bellator, and 2 professional wins, 1 in PFC, Premier Fighting Championship, and another in Cage Titans.
Oh, okay. So I did see, I was looking for the Bellator fight. I knew it wasn't a good outcome in that, so I'm glad I didn't see that. But I did see the last fight. And
well, no, but hey, if you watch that fight, it was more or less I kind of punched myself out. Like, I dropped him in the first round, I dropped him in the second round, and I tried to finish him, but kind of punched myself out, and but his face definitely got the worst of the wear. Like, I didn't have anything on my face. His face was all messed up.
There you go. At least that you won that battle right there.
Yes, I won that battle. So,
but Bellator, hold on a second. No, I'm good. So Bellator, I mean, when Bellator gave you that call, though, I mean, what was that feeling like? That must have been crazy that Bellator wanted you to fight for them.
Yeah, it was like kind of surreal, because like literally I would say maybe 3 or 2 years before that, me and one of my good friends, when I was in Georgia, we heard on the interweb about their open tryouts for Bellator. So me and him, we took my truck all the way up to Philadelphia, and we did the open tryouts. And there was to no avail. They didn't really give us a call. They didn't really look at us or anything like that. For them to give me a call and say, "Hey, do you want to fight for us at Mohegan Sun?" That was like, a big feather in my cap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you must have been beside yourself doing some backflips when you got that.
Yeah, like, I wish I could do a backflip, but yeah, like in my mind, I was doing backflips. And especially that was the one when Vincent Henderson, that was his first fight in Bellator. So that was like the humongous card, with great people, like Cyborg was on there, Venom Page was on there. So, to have your first pro fight, 1 in Bellator, 2 with all the people you look up to in the MMA world, that was like, I was just on cloud 9.
Especially being on that card with Benson Henderson. That was the one where he made his debut in Bellator, correct?
Yep.
Wow. So I mean, that must have been something else.
Bumping shoulders with all the pro guys. Actually, Venom Page, like, the funny thing is, like, I had to cut weight, and I was sitting in the sauna, and then I see Michael Venom Page comes in, and then like we just start talking. We talk about, like, he loves the Marvel comics and the movies, and I was like talking to him about Batman and Superman movie and all this stuff. So it was a fun time.
How is he behind the scenes? Is he that same character, or is he?
Oh no, he's down to earth. Like, what I mean? I think a lot. He's built this character that sells tickets. And he has plenty of fans. But he's a really down to earth guy. Like, what I mean? Like the coolest guy. Like you were actually talking to him, you'll be like, well, I could just call this guy and just we just hang out. Go get something to eat, or just watch some TV on the couch. He's that cool.
That's awesome. That I noticed most MMA fighters are so down to earth. Even the most craziest guys out there, the craziest personalities, behind the scenes, they seem like they're such down to earth people, taking pictures with fans, hanging out with fans and stuff like that. And it's amazing how humble these athletes are. And that I think that's what draws me to this. The fact that you guys are like everyday people, just hanging out, just doing your thing, and the amount of effort you put into your craft is amazing. It really is.
Yeah, and I think, I don't want to say there's everybody's chill, because you find outliers in everything. You can, the nicest person in a group of people, you're still gonna find like 2 bad seeds. But I don't really look like that. Look at that. I like to have an optimistic attitude, and like, I have this phrase: dream work makes the teamwork makes the dream work. So, I always try to help anybody I can out, regardless of who they are. And I think that kind of transfers over to me being a good fighter. Having that attitude, I'm able to look at myself, look at my faults, not fault anybody else for their faults, and just try to improve myself as well as improve them. And then as a whole, we all grow. So
what I'm always fascinated about is this. One, the weight cut. The weight cut always gets me. I think it's amazing. Do you cut a lot of weight to before a fight? How does it work?
I used to. So I fight at 85. I used to walk around at like 215, 220 and cut down to 185. And you know, I mean, I made weight. I only missed weight one time. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks really bad. But I would have to say, switching gyms, I think that kind of helped me a lot. Literally, I have not went in a sauna at all for these last two fights. And the sauna was kind of my bread and butter. You know, if I had to lose that weight, I would just go in the sauna, sweat it out. But, you know, I mean, that actually damages your body after a while. And the more you do it, the more dangerous it becomes. So, you know, usually what I do is I switch up probably about 3 to 4 weeks, switch up my diet. I have a real good meal plan. Shout out to Primed and Ready Meals. They're real good out there in Massachusetts. They're coming to Connecticut as well. They're real good. 4 weeks, then the week of, I try to be within 7 pounds. And then the day before, I put on a sauna suit, hit pads, and walk on the scale the day of the weigh-ins. And I haven't missed weight any. Usually last time I was right on. The time before that, I was like 1 pound under. So. Oh, wow.
So I just want to get the numbers straight. So you walk around every day around the 200s, you said? Well,
yeah, I walk now training with Nick Noah, I'm down to like 210. I walk around like 210. So okay, basically that's like 25 pounds.
And the last day, the day before, you said you have like that 7 pounds is that last minute cut, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Now, what's the deal with the whole water thing? I noticed a lot of these fighters, they chug a ton of water and then they dehydrate themselves. Is that something that you do?
Yeah. So like if you think about it, your body's made of majority water. Your muscles, everything's made of majority water. So what they call it water loading. So what I do is when I start my meal plans, I start drinking a gallon of water every day. Then up until the week of the fight, I switch it up to 2 gallons a day. So essentially, I just want to flush any toxins, anything that builds up in my body. I want to flush it out. I want to have basically nothing in my body except water. And then that kind of makes it so much easier because I carry a lot of mass in my muscles. So if I can fill my muscles up with water and not junk, and then I just have to sweat it out, you know, I can lose like 15 pounds in, 2 days. So
that's pretty wild.
But that's not good. Like I did that one time and I felt like horrible, but you shouldn't lose 15 pounds in 2 days. I'm gonna tell everybody, don't lose 15 pounds in 2 days. It's dangerous. Don't do it.
You hear that, chat? Do not do that. Do not do that. Leave it to the professionals, and they shouldn't do it either.
Yeah, we shouldn't do it either, but sometimes we make mistakes and we have to, but don't do it.
Okay. So now I got a couple of weird questions. I like to ask a couple of weird questions here because you are on the MMA holes. So these questions might sound a little bit weird, but these are the questions I want to know. First of all, have you ever gotten in a cage with a guy that just stunk like shit?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, well, I don't think probably.
You don't have to say any names.
I don't know, maybe three of the 17 fights I've had, someone smelled horrible. But you know, I mean, I don't really think about it that much. You know, what I mean, like you smell it, and you're like, oh man, this guy smells bad. It doesn't change what you're doing. You just notice he smells bad. Yeah, because
so, I always thought that would be a great tactic. You come in there, you don't shower for a couple of days, you jump on top of the guy, and they just pass out from the smell.
Well, I mean, if it worked like that, I definitely would try that. But yeah, you know, what I mean, it doesn't really bother me that much if they smell bad. You know, I just try to make it in quick so it don't have to smell that
bad. You're probably in such a zone you don't even notice any of that stuff. Yeah. I'm sure. Also, here's another weird question. Don't think I'm crazy, but I am an MMA hole. So here we go. I asked this about any job. Now, before you're about to go in a cage, you're all gloved up, ready to go. You're about to walk out. Have you ever had like an attack, like a stomach attack or something like that? Yeah, take a shit or something.
I mean, like just about every fight I can remember, I've taken a crap every week before. You know what I mean? Like, and like I know it's coming. Like it's not. It's like it's clockwork. I know it's coming. I just hope it comes sooner than later. But you know, I mean, there's sometimes where like, hey, you're the next fight. You're on the deck. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go use the bathroom. Guys, hold on a second. You know, I have to go use the bathroom. But yeah, like every single time I have to take a crap before I fight.
That's great. You know, it's so funny because I ask anyone with any job, because I used to work for UPS and I had some crazy situations. So, you know, I always wondered in these professional sports, whether it's football, you know, MMA, anything, you know, when you get nervous, you know, sometimes stuff like that happens. So I always was curious if that ever happened. That's crazy. That is crazy stuff. Okay, let's get off the stupid questions now. What do you think about this fighters union? How do you feel about this? Is this a good thing for like the UFC and everything like that?
I think it is because one, it protects the fighters. And I think that's went far to the wayside, especially with the you know, the UFC. And I'm not downing them or anything, but you know, one, they took their sponsorships, and that's what they made a lot of their money off, the fighters, because you know, $3,000, $5,000 to fight, and you're not wasting, but all your time is spent training and preparing for this fight. Like they make like $15,000 from sponsorships. And also making sure that they get, you know, the adequate, because they're getting punched and kicked in the head. You know, if there's not a system to protect them, to allow them to do that effectively, and having them effectively fight, they still need to be effectively cared for. So further down the line, you know, these guys that get, you know, in these battles, they're going to see the repercussions from these battles. And if there's nothing to them to fall back on, you know, I mean, it's kind of a sad life to live, where, you know, you put your life on the line for the enjoyment and the profits for this company, and they don't care for you after the fact. Is kind of ridiculous.
So I see that Bjorn Rebney, I'm probably saying his name wrong. He looks like he's the guy that's rounding up all these fighters. Do you think he's the right guy to be doing something like this, or do you think he's just trying to ruffle feathers? I question his motives.
You know, I mean, I don't know him personally, so you know, I mean, I can't speak intelligently on the subject of his motives. But you know, I mean, I like to think that his head and his heart are in the right place. And so he's trying to do the right thing. That's what I hope. You know what I mean? I don't know 100% if, you know, he's just doing that to get his name out there, one, to ruffle feathers. I can't really say that, but I hope he's doing these for the right reasons.
Yeah, a union, I think that I completely agree with you. Unions are what the UFC needs. The way these fighters, it seems like it's so top heavy with the superstars, and then everyone down below, it's just not.
Yeah,
losing money to fight. I mean, you hear it over and over again that because of this whole Reebok deal and everything like that, fighters are.
Well, you still there? Kind of lost you. You there? My computer, or let me refresh. Boo, 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 boo.
Christine. Oh,
There?
hey, Justin, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. I was just yelling to my wife, I'm like, Christine, get over here. All right, cool. Yeah, I think my internet's all banged out.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just see if I. All right, the chat is running. All righty. Just bear with me with 1 second here.
That's good. No worries.
Okay, we're loading apps. Okay, I think we're back aboard. Yeah, I don't know what happened. We just kind of lost ourselves. Let me put your banner back up real quick. Fuck it. All right, we're going to do this raw for a second. All right, Justin. All right, so you hear me well?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, I'm just going to do that. Okay, cool. So we're back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I just saw it just shut down and it got a little weird and wild, but we're back. So what's next for Justin Sumter? I need to know what is next for you right now. What's the plan?
Well, what's next on the radar is I'm focusing on helping my teammates. I got Joe Milinsky. I can't pronounce his last name really well. And then I got my good friend Steve Morrell. He's making his MMA debut, amateurs at Mohegan Sun. So I'm getting those two guys ready to step in the cage at Mohegan Sun. So that's on the radar for me right now. As far as for me personally, I'm looking to maybe fight CES or Cage Titans later in January. So hopefully I can get the word soon so I can get into training full time and get some work done.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We want to see you back quick. So basically, take me through this last fight real quick. That last fight, I mean, was it 32 seconds? I don't know. That was a quick
23. The one before that was 32. So yeah. So the last one was 23. The one before that was 32 seconds.
Wow. So you're pretty hot right now. I mean, you don't like to play around. You don't like to waste any time in there.
Yeah. I mean, like I train hard to fight easy. That's the motto when I go in there. So and more or less I'm looking there to get in there and take names and just get out. So
that seems like the smart thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, like the least amount of damage you can take, that's the best. So
what do you think about Conor McGregor? I have to ask.
I mean, I would say Conor McGregor, he's good for the sport. He's bringing eyes to the sport. He's a showman. He brings the show wherever he goes. He says the right things to agitate people to kind of get on their nerves. As far as him getting the 2 belts, one, I don't think that was fair to either Aldo, just because he beat the guy that was in the running. He beat Edgar. So, ultimately he deserved that rematch with him to one to kind of redeem himself. He got beaten in, under a minute. And that's kind of, I think that was weighing on him. And so he got back in there and trained and he was, he beat Edgar and kind of didn't defend his belt, So for him to step up and fight, he fought Diaz twice. Then he fought Alvarez, but I think it was more of a publicity thing. You get like, oh, the first ever, but the first person to do that was David Branch. So you can't give him all the credit because David Branch was defending both of his titles that he won. So I think it was more a publicity thing. And I think Conor was just tired of cutting the weight. He's a naturally bigger guy, so he was down there beating the smaller guys up. And it's a natural progression of his of a natural progression of a fighter. So after a while, you can't really cut the weight anymore because your body doesn't do too well. So then you go up in weight. And I think that was just he ran through all the people at the lower weight. He moved up in weight. And I think ultimately that's where he's going to stay for the time being. So
we see in the chat right now, they're saying they want to know if McGregor is for real fighting Floyd Mayweather. What do you think about that circus?
I try not to like anything about, Conor McGregor, I don't know him personally, but he just, that's a money fight. And, he's all about the, making the big bucks and ultimately that will be a big money fight. I think kind of almost bigger than it might be kind of tied with Mayweather Pacquiao, but almost just from the aspect of everybody likes boxing. There's a lot of people that like boxing, and I bet those people, all the people that watch the Mayweather Pacquiao fight, they're going to watch Mayweather fight McGregor. And then you have the people that are MMA fans that, well, MMA fans, they're going to want to see and watch McGregor try to beat up Mayweather. Ultimately, I think Mayweather would but you know, I mean, McGregor is kind of surprising. So, you know, if they did fight, I would like to see a very competitive fight. But I think it would be more heavy-sided on Mayweather than it would on Conor McGregor's side.
Yeah, I mean, if it was an MMA fight, McGregor would definitely have an advantage, and vice versa. I mean, Mayweather is clearly, he could be pound for pound the best fighter ever, right?
Yes.
I see Prospear. Was it Pro Spear or Brand, right? That's the manager.
Prospear. Yeah.
Chris versus the Fort. Ready? Put up your.
Why you mean that? I don't like to fight. You're my friend now, so I don't like to fight my friend. So. Oh, did it freeze again? Oh, fooey.
If we could get Justin back on the line. Hey, Justin.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, there we go.
Before it froze, I was saying we're friends now, so I don't fight my friends. So
fair enough. I think I would crawl in a ball and cry my way out of that fight. Sleepy Mike says I think he's scared. Oh, they're funny. Yeah, the chat room is going. They're funny people in here. I gotta say, Justin, this is a pleasure. This has been a real pleasure having you on this stream. We need to get you on again. I mean, you're such a knowledgeable person. You're in the game. We're all on your side. You have the MMA holes in your corner. You're gonna let us know when your next fight is. You're gonna tweet it out and share it with the holes. Definitely.
I greatly appreciate you having me on the show. And all those MMA holes out there. Thanks for tuning in. And you know what I mean. Yeah, can you give some, like, just shoot out some questions like that they might be asking? Because, you know, I mean, I like to, if there's fans out there, you know, I mean, I kind of want to, you know, kind of reach out there and touch them and let them know I'm a real dude. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys that once I get big time, they're gonna be like, oh, he can't see the little people now. But I'm still a little person, so you know.
Guys, in the chat, I need you right now. While I still have Justin here in the chat, fire away with questions. Whatever you guys want to ask, Justin's here. He's ready to talk. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Questions, next fight, any crazy stuff, let us know. We're going to keep chatting with Justin. How about that, Justin? Let's talk a little more. All right.
Also, yeah, I wanted to put out, working with Prosper, they got my web series. I started to do a web series and kind of more of like a grassroots thing where people kind of let them know who I am. Before, you know, all the big cameras, you know what I mean? Because once you get the big cameras involved and you kind of don't know if that's true or real. So it's more or less, you know, I mean, me just doing what I do every day, my everyday thing, and the camera is following me through my training, through my work, and my all the stuff that involves me stepping in that cage and performing. So it's really cool. If you guys check it out, you can go to my YouTube page and check it out.
So on that YouTube page, I did know. So it's like a little weekly series you're doing, or how is this working?
Yeah. So the new season would start sometime in January. But yeah, it's just it showed my last two fights, and it was kind of like a weekly thing that just showed my progression, how I was doing, how my you know, just basically just who I am, just show basically who I am.
So Prosper says they are MMA holes, so that's good. We're growing the family of MMA holes. And do you want a name for your people here? The Fort. What do you think for a name for?
You could say Team Fort, or yeah, Team Fort.
Team Fort. I like that. Team Fort.
Yeah.
Guys,
got a little ring to it. So
anything with Fort sounds cool, man. It just sounds, like I said, badass.
Yeah.
It's funny. Did you see this clip? I'm going to have a little bit of fun right now. Here, listen to this.
Oh.
It sounds dirty.
Oh.
but that actually is something that happened recently with Patrick Cummins. Did you see that staph infection that he had?
Oh no, I didn't. I read about it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was disgusting, and it was tough to watch. Now, my question to you is: did you ever have an incident like that with a staph infection or anything?
Unfortunately, I can say I haven't had it.
Well,
I don't say unfortunately. I'm glad I haven't had it, but yeah, you know, I mean, I keep a pretty good hygiene, and you know, I expect the people I train with to have a pretty good hygiene. So you know, and I kind of rag on them if they smell and their gear smells, and you know, just try to keep clean people around me.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, I see some questions coming in. Glenn Allen says, "All right, what is your technical strength? Ground, stand up, etc. Where do you like to keep the fight?"
Everyone asked me this. I started with wrestling, and I'm very comfortable with wrestling. But my theory is, if I can make my stand up the strongest out there, you start the fight standing. So whatever you start the fight at, that's why you see like strong wrestlers, they go immediately to the takedown. So I think my strongest asset in the cage is definitely my striking.
Striking, okay, and chicks dig the long ball, and that is the long ball right there. I mean, putting people away, why not, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, if I could just touch them and you know, I mean, put them out, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. So.
I love it. And by the way, I love the comment. I pitched the idea of having you go against Volante. I wanted to see that, and I love the response.
Yeah. You mean like that? It would have been a test, and you know, I like testing myself, but you know, in due time, that's what I would say. In due time, so, I will be there, and if Volante wants to fight me at 85, then we will fight at 85. 205, I can do that, but 85 is my joint right there.
The best is you go, he doesn't want any of this. There you go. That's the answer right there. I like that. We have XGhost22 says, I have a question. What do raccoons dream about?
I think raccoons dream about big trash cans. You know, think about, you know, because every time you see a raccoon, you know, basically, you know, all the raccoon videos or them stealing, you know, cat food. But I think either cat food or trash can, big trash cans, one of those two.
All right. Pro Spear says the Fort Army. He likes that. Fort Army as the name of the.
Yeah, the Fort Army. That rings too. Yeah.
Okay. Now, X-Ghost also says Team Fort sounds too much like Team Fart. So he axes that.
Yeah, if your fingers slip a little bit, that can say Team Fart. So, yeah. Good call. Good call.
Okay, the questions are coming in now. Here we go. Prospere is back over here. Says, Justin, what is your dream fight? That's a very good question right there. What is your dream fight?
My dream fight would be I got so many fights that I would like to do. My dream fight would be against Chris Weidman.
Chris Weidman. Oh, that'd be awesome. I think we would all like to see that. Do you think, you bring up Chris Weidman, do you think that Weidman should move up a weight class? A lot of people like Ariel Hawani is saying that he should go up and try to go that route for a belt. Do you think he fits in that weight class?
I think it's going to be the same like Pat Barry. I think Pat Barry should have went down to 205. He would have been a little bit quicker. He'll still carry that power, but I think Weidman at 205. That's just I think he'll get like ragdolled, especially like you know when Dan Henderson fought Daniel Cormier, like he just picked him up and threw him around like a little ragdoll. And I think, Weidman has good wrestling, real good wrestling, and in striking, he has really good striking. But I think the guys are just, on a different size class. So I don't think that would be a good look for him.
So you think he should stay put? Okay, fair enough. We have a good question for you right here. He said, Mexican D-Side said, ask him if he fucks before fights. I don't even fuck before I wash my car. My knees get weak.
I like to keep a certain time frame. I could say, like a week of, it's kind of questionable. Like, should I wait, a week before, or, but not before a fight. I would say not 2 days or 3 days before a fight.
So there you go. Diaper John says he shits before fights. It's a fact. So there you go. It's a fact. There. Yeah. Exco says good answer. Sleepy Mike says Peter McNeely dream fight. I don't even know what that means. All right, the Carrie show. Carrie's the one. She has her own show. She comes on our show. We come on our. Well, that doesn't even sound right, but we visit each other's shows. And she's the one that is interested in you, and she says, Mexican, is that why I'm so tired driving home after my dates? Woo! Ooh, boy, Carrie. All right, Mexican says, Carrie, you're a freak. All right. These guys. So it's funny. So basically what we like to do, too, is during fights, we do a thing called, we rip off Joe Rogan. We call it Fight Buddies. And as the fight companion, we do the Fight Buddies, and we basically get drunk and like to have an open hangout and just have a lot of fun with the MMA-Holes. So maybe we could catch you on a Fight Buddies. We do a weekly show every Wednesday. If you want to pop in whenever the hell you want, you shoot me or a tweet. That'd be so much fun to have you in. You know what? Real quick, while I still have you here, let's just talk about this. I want to talk about the UFC 206. That is going to be wild. What do you think? I mean, I know DC and Rumble are out of that, but looks like it's going to be some good times over here. Hold on a second. I'm going to pull this up. Video YouTube. Yeah, this thing is all whacked out. Here we go. Okay. All right. We have a very high production value here as as my computer starts crashing on me. All righty. Here we go. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This is my YouTube, and boom. Here we go. I'm not sure if you could see this.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. We're going to pull this up here. All right. So I like to talk about the top three over here. I mean, let's be honest. This is a great card. You know what? Let's go back even to the Kennedy Gastelum, because we were talking about that weight cut. What do you think about Gastelum finally being at the weight class he probably belongs in?
He should have did it a long time ago. Like that, him missing the weight that kind of tarnished his. I mean, no one thinks of him as the Ultimate Fighter winner anymore. They just think about him as the guy who missed weight so many times. I think it's a good look for him. You know what I mean? He was strong at welterweight, but I think 85 was just his home, and he should have stuck with that. You know what I mean? I think he could have been. I think he could have fought Whitaker or Brunson. You know what I mean? He could have been on that level in the weight class a long time ago. But I guess his coaches tell him to fight 170. But I think this is a good fight. Ultimately, I think Gastelum has the better footwork than Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy is kind of that bruiser. You know what I mean? He just goes in there and he just fights you. And you have to fight back or he wins. So I think this is going to be a good fight. Hopefully, I like Tim Kennedy more than Gastelum. Hopefully, Kennedy can kind of notch this one out. But I'll definitely go with Kennedy on this one.
Okay. How about the Swanson Choi fight? How about this one? This one's gonna be.
Dude, I've been talking about this to everybody. I've been like Choi is freaking phenomenal. When I saw him fight in the UFC the first time, I was like, man, this guy's gonna be something. Then I saw him fight the second time, and I was like, this guy should fight Cub Swanson. And then the third time, he knocked this guy out and he called out Cub Swanson. So I've been looking forward to this fight. I think this is a great fight for Cub Swanson to showcase his improvements. I think he would definitely have to take it to the ground, put Choi out of his comfort zone. Choi is you can see in this fight. If you get in this timing, you're going to sleep. So I think Cub Swanson has to kind of edge out the grappling exchange and put him on his back. But I'm going with Choi on this one.
Yeah, Cub Swanson has his hands full for sure in this one.
He has his hands full.
That's gonna be a great one. And so, speaking of great ones, did you see this this stare down between these two?
Oh yeah, I saw the stare down. I was hoping they would, be cordial and give him a handshake and then do it, but Matt Brown was having none of it. He was like, "We're going into that fight." But ultimately, I just have Donald Cerrone. I think Donald Cerrone, after this fight, he should definitely get a title shot. Hopefully, I think he might try to put him away in the first round. Because Matt Brown is susceptible. Matt Brown, he's a slow starter. So I think once he gets the train going, it's hard to put away. So a lot of guys have trouble. They try to end him in the first round because he's so slow at the very beginning. But they kind of gas themselves out, and he just increases his output. But I think Donald Cerrone will edge this out by knockout in the first round.
I like the fact that Brown's coming off that loss. I like that edge that he has right now, and this is going to be, whoever wins, it's going to be fun. It's going to be just plain fun. Now here we go with the shit show. I mean, this is going to be good stuff, but the whole belt thing and the interim and this and that.
I like this fight. I like this fight. One for Max Holloway. I think Max Holloway's just been given the short stick in this weight class for a while now. And this is a good opportunity for him to showcase his skills. And Anthony Pettis, this is kind of his title redemption fight. He was on top of the world, and then made a mistake, a crucial mistake, and got beat, and he got outclassed. And I think Holloway can edge this fight out with a decision. I think it's this is like a really hard fight to call, because one, Pettis is a phenomenal athlete. You just look at Pettis when he fights, he's a phenomenal athlete, and also Holloway's just been improving every single fight. So this fight is definitely one that I'm very excited about. This fight. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to call it anything. I just want to say a good fight. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, this fight to me didn't even need a belt. I didn't feel this fight needed that belt to be involved. It's just such a good fight. Why? I mean, hey, now someone's gonna get an interim. Now you got people. Everyone's getting belts. Aldo gets the.
He's like Oprah. You get a belt. You get a belt. You get a belt.
It's so ridiculous. It really is. It's so ridiculous. But the fight's going to be a great fight, and I think 206 turned out to be a lot of fun. I mean, even if we go into the previous fights, it looks like it's going to be nuts. So I'm pumped. You got my money.
Here you go.
You got me going. I see the chat. Okay, let's see. Go in here. Prosperous Brand says, "Who would I fight? I would fight cancer, and I would beat it." I'd fight obesity. I would fight all that. Who would I fight?
The tatas,
If I had any ability to fight, I would probably fight someone with the biggest mouth in the world. I'd go after Conor fucking McGregor, because this is what I say about Conor McGregor.
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's right. Let's see. X-Ghost is back. When do the shadow puppets begin? I have my popcorn ready. What the fuck? All right. We're going back to Mexican. Now, Mexican, I just call him Mexican. He's a reoccurring character along with X-Ghost and some of these other people in here. Mexican is a funny dude. Okay, he says, at the fort, you a Young Thug fan? Because I am. He's a questionable motherfucker, but talented nonetheless. So he wants to know if you're a Young Thug fan. What kind of music are you into?
Dude, man, I like the lyricist. I would say the music that's coming out nowadays that's played on the radio, left and right. I don't think they aren't really lyricists. They aren't really the art of making lyrics and putting it to rhyme is kind of fell short, I believe, especially in the mainstream. But there's a lot of up and comers like Logic is a good guy. Logic, for instance, his lyrics, his rhyme, his way he's able to put words on the track, I think are phenomenal. Also, like a funny guy, Lil Dicky. I don't know if everybody knows him, but he's a funny cat, but he's saying words, he's saying lyrics, and all this mumble rap that's out there. It's kind of distasteful, and like where's the Nas's, where the Commons at? The people that actually they were saying stuff and it meant something. That's I think they need to have a resurgence of that in the mainstream world. So Young Thug, I don't really listen to him, so I can't really say. But I've heard I don't really know what, because everybody sounding the same nowadays. So I don't really know what he sounds like.
It sounds like one long song. Everyone just copies whatever's hot. Yeah. Just go with it.
Sorry, Mexican. I don't want to down your guy. You can like him. I just it's not my flavor. Not my flavor.
Well, Mexican follows up. He says the Fort has a new fan in me. I'm sure many here feel the same way. So there you go. Now, if Mexican is a fan, you got a good soldier right there. He's hardcore, man. He's hardcore. He comes in on, I would say 90% of our streams. He's in here and he's funny as all hell. All right. Pro Spear says, Fort, which one of your managers would you fight? Pro Spear says,
I'll just say I'll fight the one with the big forehead, and I'll leave that at.
The one with the big forehead. All right. There you go. Let's see that fight. Okay. So the Carrie Show, she's a big Woodley fan. Woodley's from her hometown and wants to know if you ever met Tyron Woodley.
No, I've never met Tyron Woodley. I would like to, but I've never met him.
What did you think about that Woodley Wonderboy fight? What did you think about that last fight?
I thought that was a good showcase. I think Woodley could have put him away the fourth round. He should have went for that guillotine. He should have just after he grabbed it, slammed him to the ground, go to the side control, and just try to pound him out. But I thought it was a good fight. I thought his movement kind of stifled Thompson a little bit more than he's ever been stifled. And I think Wonderboy being his style of fighting, his confidence. He has to be 100% confident when he goes in the cage because his style is unique. In that fight, I don't want to say he wasn't as confident or he lost some confidence down the way, but it seemed to me his confidence kind of dwindled a little bit and he kind of felt a little bit slow, not fast like he usually is in the other fights he's been in. So I think Tyron should have took him down more. Obviously, when he took him down, he did the most damage. So I think it was a great fight for Tyron Woodley. I think he won the fight. I don't think it was a draw, but like I say, every time someone lets it go to the judges, you know what I mean? You're not, when you let it go to the judges, you know what I mean? I don't want to say you didn't give it your all, but you can't be mad at the outcome, because there are other people judging the fight. So if you wanted to win, you would have, and it sounds kind of cynical when I say it like that, but I think when you go in there, I try to win. When I go in the cage, I want to either make you stop fighting, make you stop not want to fight, put you out, put you to sleep, make you tap out. So that's what I go into to do the fight. So.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. You definitely are a man in a mission when you get into that cage. I mean, I love the intensity. Just watching that intensity, it looks like you're looking to take someone out, and whoever gets in your way is in trouble.
No ill feelings. I find it funny. My last fight, this lady commented on one of my videos. She was like, "Oh, you just beat the crap out of him, and then you hug him. I love that." But it's all about sportsmanship. He's going in there, training hard, spending his time to go in there and fight me, and I'm doing the same thing. So for him to do that, I give him the utmost respect. Because you don't a lot of people, they don't do that. They can't do that. They're afraid to do that, and you got to show your respect to everybody. Those people that when they lose a fight, they get mad and they storm off and all this crap. But I don't think that's if you're going to do that, don't be in this sport. You know what I mean? Because you can win one day, you can lose another day. And I just, it's all about respect. I think respect is the key. And basically, your everyday life, I respect you and you respect me. The
Cage Titans fight, that was the 32-second one. I don't know if you've ever seen the commercial where the two guys are in the ring, guy in the mohawks jumping around doing a little crazy stuff, and then gets KO'd in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. The Nas commercial.
Yes, it reminded me just of like that. Guys, you got to check out in the description. I dropped the link to that. Dude, I mean, that's the first thing that jumped in my mind. Not like he was showing off or anything like that, but he was running around with the mohawk, and you just took care of him quick.
Yeah, like it's just well, it's game plan, man. Working with Nick Noll, he's all about game plan. We go in there and we fight easy. I mean, we're flowing. What we do in that cage is what we train on the mat. So literally everything I did in that fight, we talked about, we trained in the gym. So we're like, I'm gonna throw a side kick. He's gonna come back at me. I'm gonna throw a punch. He's gonna step back out. He's gonna come back in. I take him down. I ground pound him. He's gonna turn to his back, and then you get the choke. And that's literally how it went. So I can attest that to training with Nick Noll. So
that has to feel so good when the game plan comes into play and everything falls into place like that. It's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, and when I have quick fights, well, majority of my fights are quick, but it's like, man, that's kind of stings because I trained for 8 weeks for this fight, 3 hours plus a week for this fight. And for the fight to only last like 23 seconds is kind of, oh yeah, I did it. It's great. But I did it quickly and I can't showcase my skill, but I can go back in there another day. I can go back in there, within like 2 weeks because I don't have damage to my body. And so.
That's great. You have a quick turnaround. Sure. Mexican's in the chat again. He says, Fort, have you ever been tempted to try PEDs? Because he has.
No. I would say when I was younger, when I was in high school, and believe it or not, I was a small guy in high school. And I was like, man, I need to get big. And luckily, I didn't do it. Literally was on my mind. I was like, I need to find something to get big because I was trying to play football and all this stuff. And I didn't do it. So I'm happy I didn't do it. And I feel you're in the wrong sport if you feel you need to take performance enhancing drugs. It's one, like it makes me not sick, but I'm very upset about Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt is like, I'm the biggest fan of Mark Hunt. I saw him when he was in K1. I saw him all like, I'm a big fan. And they drug test Mighty Mouse. Like he's like one of the most highly drug tested athletes in the UFC. And he like if you ever watch Twitch, like he's in there playing his game on the computer and he gets a knock on the door and they're trying to drug test him. And they let Brock Lesnar come in there and he has some skill, but he tested positive. You got to know they knew that before he even stepped in the ring, because they test him before they even step in the ring. So to let him go in there and beat Mark Hunt, because Mark Hunt was kind of on the fast track to fight for the title. So I don't like that one bit. So
yeah, he doesn't.
If you don't fight MMA, you can take all the PEDs you want, but not in MMA. All right.
There you go, kids. You hear that? That's that's from Justin Sumter. Real quick, if you guys are jumping in, this is the MMA-Holes. We're doing a live stream. We do a weekly show, and we're honored to have the MMA-Holes with Justin the Fort Sumter. He's here. He's live. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We also see some more questions. XGhost22 says, okay, this is a great question, actually. Chris, ask him who has the nicest ass in female MMA. Nicest ass.
I forget her name, but the Polish girl that's fighting, who is she fighting? She just beat Holly Holm. She has a really nice butt. I forget her name.
Oh, but the one that's fighting Juliana Pena.
Yeah, okay. Juliana Pena has a really nice butt too.
Yeah, she does. Not Carolina. Why am I drawing a blank? I know exactly who you're talking about. Try to get her up.
Yeah.
What the hell's her name?
Yeah, now that you said that, I'm gonna have to go through the list and find them.
Here we go. Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I could back you up on that one.
Yeah.
I see Swiss Cheese is in the chat. He says, any temptations to take dick pills? John Jones dick pills.
I don't really have a problem with that. You know, like I can just, you know, like a strong wind, you know, that's all I need, you know, and it could just help me out. So just open up the window. I'm pretty good.
Now, here's a question for the ladies right now. The ladies are dying to know, are you spoken for or are you a free man right now?
I am spoken for. I have a wonderful, wonderful Polish girlfriend. Her name's Agata.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry. What?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. There you go. Okay. So you had a Polish girlfriend?
Yes, yes.
Very nice. Very nice. How long you guys been dating for?
2 years. 2 years.
Oh, nice. Congratulations on 2 years strong. How does she feel about the fighting? Like, is she used to it right now or?
She likes it. She likes it when I win. I would say she's a nervous wreck before, but she loves it when I win. So I just gotta keep her happy, and then I'm happy, and you know, happy wife, happy life. So
yeah, that's a good reason to keep winning right there. You want a happy woman for sure. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I just see messages popping up. Very good. So Justin, do you have social media? Follow Justin Sumter on Twitter. What is it? Hold on. Where is that? What's your Twitter handle right now, Justin?
Justin Sumter. Something I forget it all the time. I think it's just Justin Sumter.
Here we go. That's what I'm gonna pop it up.
Justin, yeah, you can add Justin Sumter. You can type in Justin _the_Fort_ Sumter, or just add Justin Sumter.
Guys, do my man Justin a favor here and check this out. See that right there? This is his Twitter account. Check it out. Jump on there. Follow him. The next great thing right here. I like the pictures too, by the way. Yeah, I did a good job dressing this thing up.
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah, that picture of me raising my hand, that's actually I got into I don't know if you're ever on bodybuilding.com, but like that was like one of like that fight was, I guess that fight was one of the toughest fights that I've had. It was against a guy in Alabama, but I got in like the best shape of my life for that fight. And you know, they put me on the bodybuilding website as something to admire, something to look up to. So it's pretty cool.
You know, it's funny. When I went to your Twitter page, I thought I was looking in the mirror for a second, but then I was like, oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, you definitely work out. I could see you keep yourself in a good shape, and I'm sure that's a smart thing to do in your profession.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of helps out, you know. Roy Nelson, he definitely, I think he's in better shape than people think. He just has a lot of fat on him. So, but I don't want to get that big at all. So
they call him the fat lead. Fatly, I think fatly, I don't know. Fatly, I don't know. But does now carrying that muscle around, do you find yourself, everyone says, you know, you hear Joe Rogan say it a million times, that you carry that muscle around, you gas out quicker. Do you find that at all?
Not at the weight I am. I used to, before I started fighting, I weighed 250 pounds. And all that was just muscle. I was just a big muscly dude. And then I was like, I want to fight. I want to try this. And being on a broke college student diet, I was able to lose all that weight. You know, I was just eating chicken and rice like every single day. Just got a big thing of rice and a big thing of chicken and ate that. But the more weight I lost, well, I lost a lot of muscle mass. And I think it was just movement because I got more flexible. And having a lot of muscle, you know, you get tight and you're not able to move quickly. You're not able to perform. So, but I would say I do get gassed. So I have to readjust my training and my game plan to kind of suit my body. So I have the most energy. I'm the most explosive, and I'm able to withstand for 15 minutes or 25 minutes in the cage.
That is awesome. So this is what I'm going to do right now, Justin. I'm going to drop the Google Hangouts in the chat. We're going to invite some more people in if they want to talk for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on here. Got the Google Hangouts. Boom. Everybody, I dropped the Hangouts in the chat. Feel free to jump aboard, say hello to Justin. We got him here. He is officially an MMA hole. we're part of the Fort Army or Nation. Or what we got? Did we
Fort Army? Fort Army, yeah.
Fort Army. Okay, guys, we were part of the Fort Army.
The team fart.
The Fort Army, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so come on, jump in on the Hangouts. Feel free to hang with the MMA holes and Justin Sumter. Here's your chance, guys. Here's your opportunity. Listen, he's gonna get big time and never talk to us again. So you better come in right now. So yeah, you know what? I gotta find that picture of me and Nick Newell. I went to, what was it? John Jones versus Chael Sonnen, which was a disaster. But the card was great. But that fight, I don't even know why that happened. And I was walking through in Jersey. I was walking throh the hallways, and I saw Nick over there. And dude, I had like a total like fangirl moment. I was like, "Holy shit! Look who it is!" I know that guy. I was watching a fight all the time. I thought he was a badass, man. Does he still fight?
What?
Does he still fight anymore, or he's just?
Well, right now he's just focused on his gym. He just opened up his gym around May of this year. And it's doing pretty good, and I think he just wants to get settled in and get situated with his gym, and then I think more likely you're going to see him in the future. But right now his focus are just on his students and getting his gym started. So
yeah, what a nice guy, nice enough to take a picture and stuff like that, and deal with my fangirlness. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, that was pretty neat. So hold on one second. I keep on having things pop up. I have two computers going right now. It's a lot of action going on. So how does it feel now that you got this out of the way, the MMA holes, you're live, you feeling comfortable, you feeling cozy with us now?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Feel at home. Feel a lot of friends out there. And I appreciate them tuning in and kind of diving into my world and stuff like that.
It's really awesome. Like, when I only started this, oh man, this is my 15th show. We've been doing this since like late August. We haven't been doing this very long, but in that short period of time, we met people from Scotland, UK, all over the place, like just everywhere, Ireland, and just everyone's just coming aboard. And then we have local people, and it's a cool little family that we're growing over here. So whatever we can do to help you out, you just let us know, and we're gonna pimp the shit out of you.
I greatly appreciate it. That's
awesome. So let's see. Exco says just watched his KO of Matt Monk, and then he goes, "Damn."
Yeah, that was my first one. So first one ever.
So that was your first. That was amateur or pro?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
Amateur. Yeah.
Amateur. Wow. So you must have been beside yourself in that one.
Yeah. I was like, that was like that was the biggest venue I was in ever, because that was my first fight. But it was kind of surreal, stepping in there. I kind of don't remember that much about it, because it was like that was in 2011. But I just remember going in there, stepping in the cage, and hearing, because he was from Florida, and everybody was like, when I walked out, everybody was booing and all this stuff, and then I go in there and do that, and they're still booing. They're mad because that was like their favorite guy. But and then I remember like it was just yesterday, I walk out the cage, and then I go into the hallway, and there's this little kid, and this little kid's like, "Hey man, can you take a picture of me?" And I was like, "Oh man, it's awesome."
That is so cool. That's got to be the greatest when the kids come up to you and
it's real fun. Just to see the smile on their face, and like actually I don't think of myself as being a star or anything like that, and for them to come out and just look up to me and smile, it's just pretty cool.
So Justin, not to cut you off real quick, but someone just jumped in the chat.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Carrie from the Carrie Show.
Okay.
She has her own YouTube channel. She is here. She appears to be flying.
I see a lot of stars, and
so Carrie, how are you today? You have anything to say to Justin and Sumter?
What's up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I can take the black and white off. Hang on just a second.
I like it, Carrie. It's a good look.
Yeah.
All right.
No.
Okay, that's so much better.
Now, what is that? Oh, you're flying. That's a cape. Okay, I wasn't too sure of black and white, but now I see it. Your hands and stuff like that. Okay, cool.
I'm Supergirl.
Okay.
There she is. She's flying around. So
This
what
is
we like-
Chris's favorite. This is Chris's favorite scene that I do is the flying around.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites for sure. so basically, Justin, we do Wednesday shows. We talk serious stuff. We have a little fun, and then we'll do like an MMA-hole free-for-all. We drop the chat and the link, and we just let craziness go on. So it's nice to see Carrie's here flying. Carrie, do you have any questions for Justin? What do you think about this interview so far? Do you think Justin is a good MMA-hole? I think he's pretty good. I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He almost took over when you like disappeared for a second.
Oh, so
Like,
you got and I didn't know.
yeah, I was seeing you. Like Chris was like gone for a second. You're like, let me refresh, and yeah, you were taking over, and then Chris came back.
Oh, well, if I knew that, I would have just took over the whole show. So luckily, I didn't know that.
The show is definitely in good hands. I think you're better off. I just leave for a couple of minutes. Justin takes over. Game of Thrones talk. We could do a great Game of Thrones show. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait till the next season. I can't wait. Like, I'm just super excited about the next season.
It's all winding down now. The Game of Thrones, it's all coming to an end, and all the characters are meeting up. It's woo.
Yeah, some of my cuck boys are in the chat. They're like, one question, one impression. They're asking Chris if he's from Staten Island. They're like, what the fuck, Harry?
Looks like some of Carrie's characters are in the chat as well. Actually, that's a good question. Justin, do you do any impressions? Any impressions offhand?
Gosh. Not really. I just can say it's huge. That's, it's going to be magnificent. That's all I got. I don't really have that much. I'm not an impressionist.
We put you on the spot. The next time you come on, let's see if we can get an impression going. I do really bad impressions, so I try not to do any of my impressions. But yeah, that's how that goes. So Justin, so do you consider yourself a YouTuber now? Now that you got the videos going now, or are you looking?
Yeah, I would say, I put a couple stuff back, but I wasn't really too big on YouTube. But now, just seeing the response and seeing that, it's a big environment. Definitely, everybody goes on YouTube. They're like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I think it's a great way to one, brand myself and get myself out there and let people see me from their, living rooms, the laptop in their lap and looking at me and kind of learning about my journey. And I think that's really cool. So I would consider myself a YouTuber. Is that the correct term, YouTuber?
I think so. I think that's what the kids say.
Dark kids.
Did you ever, you seem like the type of personality that'd be great doing vlogs and stuff like that, not daily vlogs, but maybe a couple of vlogs during the week, documenting yourself on top of what's going on. Would you ever consider doing something like that?
Yeah, I could. I have a full-time job, so they might frown upon that, but I could, find a, couple seconds in the car or something like that and just, let people know what I'm thinking and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a project engineer for a construction company. That's what I do for a full-time job. So
cool. That's cool. So that's the thing. So the goal is to be the champ, right? That's what we want Justin Sumter. Something to do. We want him to be the champ right now. What organization? I mean, I know everyone wants to go to UFC and do that thing. Would you want to run through Bellator first and then try to make? Where would you like to go? Where's the direction that we're looking at right now? The big picture.
I would like to go through. I think World Series of Fighting, that would be a good platform to try to go through, but Bellator either, and I think it's more or less the UFC is kind of where everybody's trying to go, but I don't want to be like everybody else, so I would say either Bellator or World Series fight. I definitely would like to fight David Branch eventually, if he still has the title. But even if he doesn't have the title, I would like to fight him because I think that would be a good fight for me. A tough fight. So.
All right, we want to see that too. We're in your corner, Justin. I'm dying to see your next fight.
I did see that comment earlier that they want everybody to take their shirts off for me, but I don't think they want to.
What? Welcome to my world, Justin. Welcome to my world. Yeah, that's the Carrie Show right there. Justin, give it a chance. Subscribe to the Carrie Show. if you are able to smoke any weed on your off time, that's the time to do it during Carrie's show, because I don't know, it's trippy. It's definitely a trippy experience. Or have a couple of drinks. What's your poison? Like, so after a fight is over, what's your favorite food? What do you like to eat? And is there a specific drink that you like to indulge on? What would it be?
I like burgers and fries. Burgers and fries.
Burgers and fries.
That's my go-to. When I'm not trying to lose weight or care about my weight, I would eat a crap ton of fries and a triple decker burger. Yeah.
Is there a specific restaurant, fast food place that is the #1 place that you look for?
Five Guys. Because they have
Five Guys burgers and fries.
And they have the best burgers, I think.
That is a good.
And there's this place called what's it called? Plan B in here. My girlfriend's in here. She's in here, so I say, hey. You say, wait. You just wait.
Does she see the crazy flying around? Does she?
Yeah.
Justin,
that reminds me of something else. But yeah, Carrie likes Five Guys too, but in a different way.
Oh boy. Yeah, my wife, she doesn't like coming on the stream either. She's over there. We did what's your girlfriend's name?
Agata.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Agata. Agata.
Agata. Oh, it's a nice name. It's a real nice name. Agata, it's nice to meet you. We're the MMA-Holes.
Nice to meet you.
What do you think about the flying woman that's happening right now, Agata?
What do I think about this? I can only see part of her.
She's over here. She doesn't want to get in the camera.
Okay.
Oh, there I am. I'm here. Oh, that's cool.
Hello.
Is this like a cape?
It's a cape and her hands are like this.
Yeah, that's my cape, and I'm flying.
That's awesome.
I don't know how to do that though. This is my first hangout, so later on I'll do that.
This is on a hangout?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you're on Google Hangouts. What I like about this platform,
Hi.
every time someone speaks, their face comes up, so it kind of switches the camera.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why my face is just staying in the bottom corner. Like, I guess that's just because it's my face. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, when you watch the video back, you can scroll through and you'll see when you talk your face, when I talk my face, and when the flying Carrie talks, she flies.
Okay. My face.
Okay, let's check out the chat. Let's see. Anyone have any questions in here? Let's see. Carrie loves Five Guys. Okay. Jesus Christ. Exco says, don't act like your girl doesn't like that. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. The flying scissors, they're just all over the place right now. Like I said, this is a free flow right now. Pardon the MMA-Holes. They're a good group. They're a little loony, but they're good people.
Yeah.
So that's that. All right. So Justin, thank you again. It was absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Joining
It's
us.
been fun.
The girlfriend, would you like to come on for 2 seconds? I have a million questions. I could ask you questions as well.
I'm an attorney. I can ask you lots of questions.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
okay. Let's ask away. So 2 years. 2 years. How did you guys meet?
It was his birthday, and I was doing kickboxing at one of the gyms he was training at. So we were going out to watch fights at Buffalo Wild Wings. So I met him on his birthday.
Yeah, she wasn't that nice to me.
I wasn't all that interested at the beginning.
Oh man. So how did he win you over?
He was persistent.
And I took my shirt off.
And yeah, he likes to take his shirt off.
Well, hey, listen.
Always helps.
If I could look like that, I would have my shirt off right now. That's how I do it. But hey, so you won her over. That's good. That's good to know. So 2 years strong. What's the secret to a 2-year relationship?
Time away.
Time away. Okay, yeah. Sometimes you need that space. You know, you can regroup and get back together. I can see that. That's why I'm away from my wife right now. She's in the other room right now.
Take time away, like real, so you actually miss the other
Well,
person.
the funny thing is, like, I met her and then she left for like a month.
Yeah, I went to Hawaii for a month, so we texted.
Oh wow, for a full month. Jeez.
Yeah. After just meeting her.
Wow. And it's
Again
still
for a month. And then again for a month, so.
Yeah. She likes leaving.
I have a lot of big.
you currently live together now, or?
You could say that. I don't live here. but I stay here majority of the time. I'm using her Wi-Fi is free and it's real fast, so that's why I came over here.
There you go. That's a good enough reason. Sure. I mean, hey, listen, the MMA holes need free, good Wi-Fi because look what happened. I fell off for God knows how long. So, do you like Game of Thrones as well?
I love Game of Thrones. I read the books.
Oh wow, that's pretty hardcore right there.
Not all of them. I'm through about 3/4 of the third one. So they're long. They're very, very long.
She likes to read. She can read really fast.
Really? Yeah, I have trouble reading the comments on here, so reading Game of Thrones would be a problem. I stumble over the comments. So I pronounce the name again. I want to make sure I get this name right. How do we pronounce this name?
Agata.
I'm sorry.
I gotta go. Like I gotta.
I gotta. So I'm saying that right? I have that New York accent, so I'm probably saying it wrong. But I gotta. Close? Okay, that's close enough. Okay, I gotta. So were you born here? Born in Poland or?
I was born in Poland.
Oh, okay. How long have you been over here for?
A long time. I was 5 when I came.
Oh wow. You could speak Polish fluently?
Yeah.
Give us a little, let's see, in Polish, I need you to say something for me, okay? I want you to say, I love the MMA holes.
I don't know that MMA-holes translates, but, well, I guess I could say holes. Ja kocham dziurę MMA.
There you go. There you go. I'm going to isolate that soundbite now, and I'm going to use it on all the streams. Thank you. Oh, man.
She said I love the holes of MMA, but you know there's no direct translation in Polish of that.
Well, that works.
Yeah.
Are you happy now that you're one of the MMA holes? You're officially an MMA hole. How do you feel about this? Okay, so when's the wedding?
Oh, jeez.
Got to put you on the spot for 2 seconds.
There is nothing on the horizon yet.
My stepmom wants it to be next spring.
My stepmom wants a baby. That's what she wants. She was already texting about babies. So I don't know that she cares about the wedding. I think she just wants babies.
Babies are nice. Yes.
So that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I think you guys answered that question very well. I like that. Right now, we're being streamed all over the world. Do you feel comfortable in front of the camera right now? You know, there's a lot of eyeballs that are looking right at us. How do you guys feel? You feeling good?
I feel a little hot. This room,
Sure.
this room doesn't have that good ventilation, so I'm a little hot. But I feel good though. I feel real good.
That's good. Now, what's more nerve-wracking right now, walking into the cage or being on the MMA holes? What's more nerve-wracking?
He doesn't get nervous.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't
know if you talked about this, but he sleeps before his fights.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He says he zones out and just sleeps.
Yeah. Literally, he grabs a sweatshirt, lays down on it, puts his earphones in, and he will sleep on the floor in the back room as everybody else is running around warming up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking in the chat right now. Someone says, hold on. Have her say, they want you to say X-Ghost owns. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
X-Ghost owns. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's some interesting people jumping in the chat right now. Okay, sorry. Diaper John, hold on. Diaper John is watching, feel honored. Okay, so there you go. Diaper John is here. Diaper John actually is one of the MMA holes. He's part of our weekly show. He comes every Wednesday, and we break things down and we talk and he hangs out. Maybe next time you come in here, you can hang out with Diaper John, and he doesn't fly.
He doesn't wear a diaper, right?
Yep.
He doesn't wear a diaper either. He did all his broadcasts, and he had a stack of diapers in the background, and he just became.
Okay. So he probably has a baby, because if he doesn't, that'd be a little weird.
Yeah, I don't think they're adult diapers. Not that I know of. I think it's for his daughter. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. How's it being in New York?
Yeah.
Do you go to the city a lot, or?
I've been there a couple times.
More than a couple.
Well, I say a couple times, meaning more than one. I've been there more than one. It's all right. You know what I mean? I come from Georgia, so The city is, all right. I would say it's all right. Let's just say it's all right.
It's just okay. Yeah, it's a little congested. It's a little hectic.
Yeah, the people aren't that friendly. I would say there's friendly people in New York. Let me read. There's friendly people in New York, but there's a lot of people that aren't friendly in New York.
Yeah, I would
run into a person that's not friendly in New York more often than someone that is friendly.
Yeah, I mean, walking around Manhattan, it's not the most pleasant of feelings. Visually, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is real nice.
But I mean, between the New Yorkers and the tourists mixing together, all crowding into each other, yeah, that could be a little stressful.
Yeah,
I love it. It's beautiful.
I gotta likes it though. That's good. So hey,
New York is my favorite place in the world.
so are you guys? So let me ask you a question. Do you guys have a lot of similarities, or is there a lot of differences between the two of you? Do you guys like a lot of the same things, or you guys clash in a lot of opinions on things?
No, she's a very opinionated woman. So
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a strong woman. There's nothing wrong with that. Right, Kat?
Right. When is your next fight?
My next fight is probably going to be late January. I don't know the exact date, but it's either with CS or Cage Titans. So hopefully it's at CS because I never fought for CS. But I'll take Cage Titans because they really treat the fighters well there. So
Yeah, we're all going to be watching. No matter what.
Late July.
You have the MMA-hole.
Not late July, late January. I mean, yeah.
You guys should come.
I tell you what, I'm in. I'm definitely going to come for sure. I'm going to go. I'm going to drag as many MMA holes I can, and we're going to make sure we're the loudest mofos there. We got your back for sure.
Appreciate it.
I am so obsessed with this sport. It's ridiculous. It's literally taken over. I'm a big sports guy. I love sports. I'm a New York sports fan. Except for basketball, I'm a Piston fan. Don't ask how that happened, but I'm a huge sports guy. And I got into mixed martial arts maybe like 6 years ago. And I've been hooked, like absolutely hooked. I don't miss fights. I just love the whole sport. And like I said before, everyone's so humble, and it's just a cool experience. So now meeting guys like you and stuff like that, and learning about people, behind the scenes and stuff, it's so much fun to carry. You okay over there?
Yeah.
She looks like she's getting tired by flying around. So
I'm fine.
All right, I'm just making sure you're good. But yeah, it's a. Oh, here we go. The dude wants to know Yankees or Mets.
Ooh, I was going to ask the same thing.
All right, that's an easy one for me.
I'm a Braves fan.
Oh my goodness, Chipper Jones.
Braves.
You like that old Chipper Jones? A thorn in my side. I'm a Mets fan. Yeah, I'm a big time Mets. Yep, New York Mets. Unfortunately, I'm a Mets fan, but
yeah, Mets. They just can't do it. Yeah.
I'm hearing a woohoo. Is there another Met fan in the room? I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She is.
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
Right. I knew I liked you. I knew you were a good person. Justin, keep that one. She's a keeper.
Yes, I know. I usually keep her chained up so she can't go anywhere at night. So
when you leave, you lock her in the basement or whatever, and
Kick his ass. That's why.
Who wears the pants? I'm assuming I know the answer to this, but who wears the pants in a relationship? I like the look, the look. Like, okay, all right, I like that. Yeah, me and my wife, it's pretty funny. We both wear the pants, so that gets interesting. That gets real interesting. But
I would say she wears the pants most of the time, but I wear them.
When I let you, yeah.
Not when I want to wear them. So.
How about football? What are we looking at football? What's your football teams?
The Falcons.
Giants.
Man, we're 2 for 2. Falcons. Okay, I get the Falcons thing. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm a big Giant fan myself.
But it's kind of weird. Like I was born in South Carolina, so my college team is University of South Carolina, but my National Football League is, and my basketball and baseball is Georgia. So it's kind of weird like that.
It's funny with football too, because so football, a lot of people don't like the team that plays in their state or whatever. Like it's always so spread out.
Yeah.
Bizarre how that
I don't have a specific team, but I like football.
Okay, so Carrie, every week you just kind of pick in whoever you want, or
I just watch a little bit here and there, watch highlights or different things. I don't specific watch a game all the time, but
Yeah, football. I'm a nut with football too. I love my Giants. We had season tickets for a while, and we had some good times with them. What about basketball? What you guys got in basketball?
The Hawks. But also like Golden State, the Hawks, Golden State, and I would say those are my top two.
Yeah, Golden State.
The Hawks. They I just like watching them. They're not that great, but I still like watching them. I like to root for them because they're the underdog all the time. Everybody they play with.
Yeah, it's always fun to root for the underdog. Being a Met fan, I know how that goes. I'm definitely used to that. Especially even my Pistons. I've had some very bad seasons with them. So we have Browns fans in the chat room. It looks like we have Yankee fans as well. Yankee fans, they know where to go.
I'm a St. Louis Cardinal fan too, so for baseball.
That's right, because you're a Missouri person, right? So we got the St. Louis Cardinals, who are pretty consistent with their team. They put out a good team every year. The Cardinals.
Yeah. I think they're consistently, in the running for the playoffs. But surprising, well, not really surprising. I'm kind of glad they did it. Because I used to be a Cowboys fan when I was real with Deion Sanders and all that stuff. But the Cowboys are doing awesome this year. Awesome, phenomenal.
ESPN. The update. We got an update here. What's the news? Oh no, someone's
one of the Cardinals is drawing interest at the Angels winter meetings.
Carrie's our beat reporter. She's our sports beat reporter. She swoops in.
Flies in, gets the news, and flies out.
Oh, it's too funny. Oh, you gotta love it. Only on YouTube.
And the Blues lost earlier today, so the hockey lost to the Islanders.
Yeah, my Rangers aren't doing too good anymore in hockey. How about you guys? You guys follow hockey at all?
Rangers.
I like the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes. Oh, okay. Carolina. So my wife's cousins, they all live in Carolina, and they're big Hurricane fans.
We're getting somebody from the Cubs. Dexter Fowler leaves the Cubs to deal with the Cardinals.
Oh, get out of here. You guys look at that.
Yeah, we're getting somebody from the Cubs. Sorry, just seeing some other updates here.
Sorry, I love it. You bring a uniqueness that no other show has. And it's definitely entertaining for sure.
Conor McGregor is also going to be in the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that? Who's he going to play?
Yeah, I knew about that. I'm hoping he's just one of those guys that they have in the show for one episode, and then like at the beginning of the next episode they kill him. I think that's.
So he's going to face off against the Mountain. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I figured.
They're going to have him fighting.
Yeah, I figured he was going to go against the Mountain. I think he's going to grab him by the hand and just squeeze his eyeballs out.
Zombie. Mountain's a zombie now, right?
No, I don't think Mountain's a zombie. He's a something else. He's a zombie, but it's a different zombie.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what the hell. He's like a Frankenstein.
Yeah,
to life.
But he can do, like, he listens to Cersei. But
that show got so good. What's your other favorite show? Do you watch like The Walking Dead or?
Walking Dead. I watch The Walking Dead. I watch a good one, Westworld. The season just ended last week. Westworld's pretty good. I like Flash, Arrow. I'm not really big into Supergirl or what's that, Gotham. I haven't watched those movies yet. So those are not really shows.
Tomorrow,
the Agents of Tomorrow.
The other one on CW. That's like a new.
The Justice League. I haven't watched that either. But I like all the Marvel comics, and I like stuff that they kind of piggyback off comics if they do it right. If they do it right, I like it. If they don't,
yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. First of all, Westworld is. I'm only 7 in, and I'm like hooked. That show is so freaking good. I love it. Absolutely love it. But you watch those Netflix shows with Daredevil and Punisher?
Yeah. Those are like, I think they blew the movie out the water one with Daredevil. Like, I'd rather watch Daredevil on Netflix than watch it in the movie theater, because the movie was, Ben Affleck, he made his money, but he shouldn't do that movie. But anyways, like the whole universe, they're just building that universe in Netflix, and I really like that, because they got Jessica Jones, they got Luke Cage, they got Daredevil, and Iron Fist or the next one.
I think Iron Fist is coming out. I can't wait for the Punisher series. I mean,
the Punisher, yeah.
Me versus the dude. Whatever.
Carrie, who you fighting? I see kick Carrie's ass in the chat.
No, it says Carrie versus the dude. The dude's gonna kick Carrie's ass.
Oh, we got a cage fight about to happen in the chat, I guess. I don't know. What did you think about Luke Cage? I was on the fence with that one. I love the character. I love the guy that plays him.
They want me to start my stream before it gets too late. Everybody wants me to start my stream. I was like, I was going to start after your show. Everybody's like, start the Carrie show.
Carrie, you could go.
I want a Carrie stream.
No, Carrie, listen, anytime you want to fly around, come back, leave, it's fine. Do you, Carrie. All right. Any last words, Carrie? Would you like to say anything before you fly away, or?
Well, it was fun hanging out with you guys. It was nice to meet you, Justin.
Thanks.
Good luck in your future training and fights. It was nice to meet your girlfriend.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for chatting and flying with us.
Thanks for flying.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate all the love. You're the best.
All right. Have a good night, you guys.
Night.
Toodles.
Carrie's flying her way to the Carrie show. Thank you for joining us, Carrie. Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I was kind of jealous, because I was like, I don't have anything cool like that.
I gotta say, you ever jump back on the show, and if you're flying, I might shit myself. I definitely might shit my pants.
Plus, levitating.
Yeah. He does have a picture from a recent photo shoot where he looks like he's kind of flying / levitating.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. It's funny. The first time my father, he'll watch the streams. He's probably watching right now. He's a fan. He's an MMA-hole. And he goes, who is that girl that just flies around occasionally on your stream? I think a lot of people are asking that question. She's Carrie. But she's good people. She's got a good heart. She's got a crazy show, and that's a whole nother world. Sometimes she comes in the MMA-holes and does her thing, but yeah. I tell you. But yeah, so getting back to Luke Cage, I'm sorry you got cut off real quick. The Luke Cage thing, I'd love to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, like Luke Cage, I think it started out strong. I think towards the end, it kind of got a little cheesy, but altogether, I think the series was a good series, and they kind of developed it well. But I think towards the end, it kind of got cheesy. Well, I think they had to put that kind of action comic action in there. How some comics can kind of be redundant and they how they fight. But I think they had to do that to get that fight scene over. But I think next season is going to be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I think he's good. Like you said, it had that element of cheese in it. I think that was like the theme of the show. It had that kind of loose feeling. But yeah, it was, I don't know. I kind of wish it took itself a little more serious.
Yeah.
But I think he's a badass, and I think he's going to be good when they intertwine all the characters. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, definitely awesome.
Okay, so Exco says, just like Eddie Alvarez, I'm out. Did you expect that, by the way? Eddie Alvarez, the way he lost to Conor McGregor, did you see that fight going that way?
Not at all. Like I was really disappointed but I can't say that McGregor's not good, because he showed that he definitely had the skill. But I was disappointed. Like Alvarez is a great wrestler. He's a great striker, and kind of didn't look like he was in there. When he got dropped, the first minute, and I think that kind of stuck in his head, and he didn't want to get dropped again, and that kind of stifled his game. You know, like his game is more angles and pressure people and you know, make them make a mistake to where he can capitalize. But, you know, all credit to McGregor. I can't take anything from him. You know, he won the fight, but I was disappointed.
It just seems like with McGregor, and this is the thing, I'm so biased because I'm like a super McGregor fan. Like I'm nutty with him. But to just put that aside, every time it seems like his opponent gets into that cage, besides Nick Diaz, he's the exception, but it seems like everyone else, it seems like they're defeated before the fight even starts. Like you could just tell, like that cage closed.
Yeah, like the funny thing about Diaz was like, I don't freaking care. I mean, I was fighting. Like, I'm gonna fight you, you gonna fight me, we're gonna do it. And you know what I mean? That's, and I think he won. Connor's one. He's a tactician, and he knows the craft and he knows how to perform. And you know, the second time fighting Diaz, you know, he showed his skill, but a lot of times is like he's that showman. Like if you say something, he's gonna try to grab it and turn it around and make you look stupid or make you mad, one or the other. So that's his it's a different type of showmanship that no one. I think Chael Sonnen was the other type of guy, but his skill didn't back up his talking, you know. And I think McGregor's skill kind of backs up his talking, and that's why it gets in people's head because they're like, I'm better than this guy. But he's like, you ain't. Who's this guy? You know what I mean? Like, it's I think it's his way of you know, fighting before the fight type stuff.
Yeah, whatever he's doing mentally, it seems like it does give him some sort of edge. Would you like to see Nick Diaz 3?
I believe there should be a Nick Diaz 3. I believe that it's necessary, one, because in the fight world, that's that rubber match that needs to be settled. One, Nick Diaz finished McGregor. He finished him. Conor just got a decision. So ultimately, Diaz is still one up, and I think McGregor is needed to need to avenge that defeat, not by judge's decision, by his, you know, by his fist. So.
Yeah, I have that argument all the time about McGregor Diaz 3. Almost all my friends don't want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see the fight. I feel it's so intriguing. Like the rubber match, the 155 weight class. I think it's going to be a whole different ball game between the two of them. You know, I think it's going to be a lot more fun, energetic. Man, I think it's going to be fireworks, that fight. How would people not want to see a third? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But a lot of people don't want to see it. It's really bizarre to me. I just can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah, I can't wrap my like me, like without a doubt. Like as soon as that fight was over, I was like, well, it's going to be a third one. And then they're like, oh, the third one's not happening. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So Hyder Hydra says, I don't want to see the Conor Diaz 3 unless Diaz comes down in weight. Yeah, I think 155 has to be the weight for that third fight. I think it just makes sense.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the best. And I think Diaz can get down there. But I think that would be the prime fight for them. Yeah, well, I would say this: the way they have it played out is just since Conor won the belt, Diaz is going to have to fight. Essentially, I don't know what Dana White is thinking, but Diaz is essentially going to have to fight his way back up, and that doesn't make any sense because when he beat him, I think he deserves that rematch. But since he has a title now, it's like you got to go into that whole rat race of who's the top contender to face him. So you got Holloway and Pettis fighting, and then you got Aldo still in there. So now, you know, I mean, he's going to get hushed in the back. You know, regardless of Conor winning the belt, Diaz beating him before the fact and getting a decision loss after the fact. He's going to be pushed in the back and he has to fight his way up. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair for the sport, and I don't think that's fair for Diaz.
Okay, that's an interesting take on it. It is weird because Another fight I would love to see again. I would like to see Diaz fight Dos Anjos one more time. The second time, I would like to see.
Yeah. I think that's a good fight. I think that would be the fight if he wins. Kind of probably he could fight Conor again, and I think that's probably what is on Dana White's mind. Because one, that would be a rematch for him. He could try to avenge that loss. Just because Dos Anjos, he lost the belt. So he still wants to fight for the belt. So that's a good title contention fight right there.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I would like to see how Diaz adjusts to that whole leg kick situation because, man.
And I wish – I don't see – the funny thing about the Diaz brothers is they're not athletic. They can run. They have good cardio, but if you look at them both, they're not athletically like built. So I think if they change up their training a little bit and build some mass, build some power, I think they'll be like, I don't want to say they're unstoppable, but they'll be a force to reckon with because they plot around in the cage and they have good footwork, they have good skill, but where's that power and that explosiveness? And because I haven't seen them go for a blast double or a jumping knee or the explosiveness. I don't think they have that, and I think they should develop that. But you can't really teach an old dog new tricks, but you can. But
he is brother though.
that might be a harder pill to swallow for them.
Yeah, I tell you, I like their style. I like their I don't give a shit attitude. It really is. It's there's something about it that just makes you want to see him fight every time. But you do make a good point. They do need to develop some more skills because you see when they do lose, it's the same way. You can't just bank on I could take a million punches to my. I mean, geez, Nate Diaz, this guy could take a punch, huh?
Definitely take a punch. Definitely take a punch.
Crazy. I see in the chat right now, Jay Protege is here. Another MMA-hole consistent friend from Toronto's here. Hello, Jay. You're listening to Justin Sumter. The Fort is here on the MMA-holes. There we go. Jay Protege is here. That's awesome, too. So, yeah, I think the 150 – me personally, I think the 155 division out of all the weight classes in the UFC is most stacked. I mean, you go down that list, it's killer after killer. How that thing turns out. What do you think about Khabib versus El Kakui?
I think Khabib. I think Khabib's going to run through everybody. Khabib's just a phenomenal athlete, and his skills and his technique are superb. You know what I mean? If he wants to strike with you, like you saw in the Michael Johnson fight, big ups to Michael Johnson. He took a lot of damage, and then a lot of guys would have like, man, I can't do anything, and just give up and let the ref call it. But he was like, I'm staying in this fight. He's not going to put me away. But Khabib's the type of guy, like, if he wants to put you down and hold you down and punch you, he's going to figure out a way to hold you down and punch you. And I think that's a style that is dangerous to anybody because he has some decent striking, but just his grappling is top notch. If you have a guy that can grab you and put you where he wants to put you and keep you where he wants to put you, that's a real dangerous guy. I think Kukui's a good fighter, but I don't think he's gonna beat Khabib.
It's tough to pick against a guy like Khabib with that record, that dominance on the ground. It is tough. But with that being said, Tony Ferguson, he's such a well-rounded fighter. Do you think that he could try to keep it on the feet? I mean, he is good on the ground too, but do you think he's going to try to keep that thing on the feet and maybe?
I think like if you saw Michael Johnson's fight, I think this was a clear case. He came out there fast hands and touched them. But see, the good thing about Kukui's his ground game is superb. Like he's a real tricky guy, and he's versatile, and he has great endurance. I forget the fight, but he got rocked in the first round and was almost finished with wobbly legs, and he came in the last round and submitted the guy with a dart. So his toughness and his endurance are definitely going to be a factor in this fight. I would say if he keeps able to keep it standing and keep his movement and don't let Khabib get him with his feet planted, I think he can, outpoint him. I don't know. Khabib has a real strong chin. So, it's going to be more pop shots, getting in and getting out. And I think he can outpoint him. As far as the knockout, I don't see it for him. He's more likely to submit him. So I would say a stand-up, if he's able to keep it standing, can defend the takedowns, don't let him grab him, I think he can outpoint him and win the fight. But if Khabib is able to, control him, put him where he wants to, I don't think he has a chance.
So now your back is to the wall. You have to pick a guy. Holloway versus Pettis. I know you don't want to pick it before, but who do you think? Who would be the guy that's going to come out with that interim belt?
I would say I want Holloway to win. One, because I'm kind of impartial. I went to Hawaii and I trained at his gym with the Nancy Maderas and all those guys over there. And unfortunately, he was just out of his training camp, so he would be back the day that I left Hawaii. But I'm going with Holloway.
There you go. Yeah, I like Holloway a lot, man. I really do. I love the way he fights. Even, people complain that he likes to go to a decision and this and that, but I don't know. He's a fun dude to watch fight. I just like his style,
Definitely a good style.
Yeah, J Pro J says Holloway decision. I really want to see him win. Showtime's got that chip on his shoulder. I think Showtime's got a second life right now. Do you think Showtime could exist at this 145 with that weight cut? Do you think he could steadily stay there?
Yeah, I think he can. I don't think it was that difficult for him. I think that his last fight at this weight class, he kind of showed that, he was able to keep his speed. He was able to keep some of his power. And I think ultimately being a little bit bigger for the weight class kind of helps him. Just one, because of style. If you're a little bit bigger, you have great footwork. Your timing is impeccable. Once you connect with someone that's a little bit smaller, it's gonna damage the opponent a little bit better. And I think he has that ability to make shots appear when you don't see anything, and those shots are the ones that put people away. And I think it's definitely a good weight class for him, but I would say Holloway got this one.
You think Holloway by decision?
Yeah.
There you go. Max Holloway by decision. It's going a distance. I want to see that go 5 rounds. I'm dying to see this go 5 rounds for sure. This is a good card. This is a really good card. I'm pumped. I was bummed when that Cormier DC thing. If that fight were to happen, who would you have? Cormier DC in round 2. What do you think?
I think Johnson would. I think Johnson just, when he wasn't he was like, I'm just gonna knock him out. When he came out, I think he was like, I'm just gonna knock him out. And he literally the first punch he threw, it made him do a cartwheel. But training at the Black Zillions, I think that he kind of reassessed himself, and he's like, hopefully he worked on his wrestling defense. I hope he did. So he doesn't get taken down as easy and give up his back. But I think he'll definitely come out a little bit more confident, especially over winning over was that Glover? Texas Glover? No, that wasn't Glover.
Yeah, Glover, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Glover. But yeah, when he knocked his tooth out.
That thing went flying. I was like, holy shit. Oh.
Like when I saw it, when I saw the fight, real time, I was like, his tooth fell out. I told everybody his tooth flew out. And they're like, no, it didn't. And then they rewind it, and I was like, yeah, I told you.
Yeah, people were like, that was his tooth. That was his tooth. That was his tooth. He got his mouthpiece went up into his brain. Holy shit.
Did you see the video? Someone did a video of him uppercutting and then the tooth going up, and then how the in Star Wars how they blew up the moon and then the moon exploded? No, was it a moon? It was something. Yeah, the Death Star, it flew up he hit the Death Star and the Death Star exploded. That was good.
That's awesome. I got to check that out. These people, man, they're so freaking funny with the McGregor fights and the cowboy fight with that freaking combo.
Yeah, that combo was sick. That was like the sickest combo.
And he just plays it down like, it's just normal. It's just another day.
I just do that, you know.
Yeah. That just happens. It just that was meant to happen. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. Do you think Rumble holding out to take the Cormier fight, do you think that was a smart move by Rumble, or should he have taken like a who was the guy that they were saying might jump in? Just for it too. Who the hell was it? There was another gentleman that was supposed to go up in weight to fight Rumble. I can't remember who the hell it was. Oh, Mustazi, Gegard.
Yeah, Mustazi. I don't think that would. He could have fought him, but yeah, I mean, there's no need. You know what I mean? Like he's like the belt. If he fights again, you know what I mean, he wants that belt. So you know, he could get hurt. You know, it just depends. So you know, for a smart fighter to you know, I mean, withhold and wait for the belt, you know, that's his choice, and I think that was a smart choice for him.
Yeah, a lot of people said if he didn't need the money, hold out and just train a little longer. You know, just a little extra training never hurt, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the right move too. Why not? I mean, if you could hold out like that, might as well. DC, I mean, let's be honest. No, I don't think people give DC the credit he deserves. I mean, the guy don't look like it, but man, is he a good fighter.
Yeah, he's definitely a good fighter. I think he's definitely a good fighter. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I don't. He's not my favorite fighter, but he's definitely a good fighter. He definitely has that embrace the grind attitude that he coins. But I think Johnson has his number. This fight definitely has his number.
I'm going to end this with two questions. Okay, one question: the John Jones thing. What do you think about that whole situation? Should John Jones still be fighting? Is he pound for pound the greatest fighter ever? Like what like just in a nutshell, what do you think about this whole John Jones thing?
You know, you just gotta be smarter. You know, he just has to be smarter. You're in a position, one, you have the world's scrutiny on you, like whatever you do, and you know that some things, depending on what they are, can flag a drug test. So you being a smart fighter, kind of stay away from those things. Let people, you know, don't allow people that do those things to be around you, because, you know, you're always a product of your environment. You know, if somebody's doing something and you're not doing it, I believe in the law of threes. You know, you see something 3 times and you know, you're more likely to do it the 4th time. So just keep, you know, you got to keep positive people, positive influences around you and keep you from making mistakes like that. And I think that was ultimately a mistake. To say he's pound for pound the greatest fighter, I think Mighty Mouse is pound for pound the greatest fighter out there. Without a doubt, I think he's the best fighter out there, you know.
Yeah, it's tough to argue that with this streak that he's on. It looks like he's gonna surpass the Anderson Silva record, who to me is the best fighter I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of why I wanted to fight Chris Weidman, because he beat my favorite fighter. So
that's my last question right there. Out of all the existing fighters right now, the people that are an active fighter on the UFC roster, or it could be a Bellator roster as well, who do you aspire to be like? Style, you know, everything, the whole package.
Mighty Mouse. That's who, you know what I mean? Because it's like, this guy really doesn't have anything to prove, but he goes in there and he wants to prove himself right. You know what I mean? He wants to be better every single time he steps in the cage, and I kind of admire that, and kind of look up to him, even though you don't have to look down, but look up to him.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse, he looks like this is just another day at the office. He just walks in, takes care of business, and then that's it. And he's totally cool. He was holding Elliot's nose, which I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Oh, he just knows.
He's just chilling. Now, what do you think about Mighty Mouse? Like, he's not pulling in the numbers. That's the one weird thing right now. He's not pulling in the numbers that all these other fighters are pulling in, especially champions. Like where?
Well, I think it's just the UFC. The UFC is like one. They're the branding. They're not. They're you see all the hype, and well, in one I think it's because he doesn't talk crap. He doesn't say, you know what I mean, you're you know, who the fuck is that? You know, like he just goes in there, he trains and he fights. And one, that's appealing to me. I'm a fighter. Like I'd rather see that than someone, you know, jabbing at the mouth all the time. And I think the UFC doesn't want to sell that. You know, they don't want to sell a guy that's a humble guy that goes in there and just beats people because that's what he does and that's what he gets paid to do. And, you know, he doesn't have any hard feelings against anybody. He just goes and does what he gets paid for. And I don't think the UFC wants to put that out. They want to put, you know, the guys that talk the trash and drama. So.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't think that they advertise for Mighty Mouse like they do for these other guys. Like they just kind of push him to the side. They did the whole Ultimate Fighter thing, but let's be honest, the Ultimate Fighter has been weak. I mean, the fight's been great, but the show itself as a package is just
weaker and weaker and weaker. Yeah,
terrible. I literally fast forward to the fights, and then
that's what I do.
You know, so they got to revamp that whole thing. It's crazy, and with the Mighty Mouse thing
on the show, you know what I mean? So, but
well. And you notice, too, a lot of, like, the newer fans and stuff like that, or the people that aren't as knowledgeable about it, like, here we go with Mighty Mouse again. But they don't take into consideration what he does every time he fights. I think that's a missed opportunity by some of these fans. They're not realizing, you know, that he pretty much is the pound-for-pound greatest.
Yeah, like, he's the only one that's ever held that title. Like, if you look in he wins fights, and he doesn't have to finish the guy. You get like 10 seconds left, and he finishes the guy just to show that he can finish the guy. I remember when he was fighting Benavidez, and I remember Joe Rogan said, well, you know, I mean, he has real good skill, but he doesn't really have the power. And as soon as Joe Rogan, I don't know if he heard him or anything, but as soon as Joe Rogan said that, he steps to the right and catches Benavidez with a hook and knocks him clean out. And I was like, that guy's the best. That guy's the best. So.
Yeah, it's tough to argue. It's tough whether you think he's boring or not. It's tough to argue that he's the pound-for-pound greatest. I mean, the guy, he takes care of business every single time. And I guess, you know, I would love to see him versus Cruz one more time. That'd be a lot of fun to watch too.
Yeah, that would be a good fight. That would be like a super fight, another super fight. So.
I think Cruz wants it too. I think Cruz is talking a little smack on Ariel Helwani's show, so I think he's itching for that too. If you could get past Cody Garbrandt, one more. I keep on having questions that pop into my mind. I promise, is the last one. Cody Garbrandt, Dominic Cruz. One, does Garbrandt deserve this fight? And two, who's going to win?
I think he does deserve a fight. You know, what I mean, like, he puts people away. He's been putting people away. I think that. Cruz's footwork is going to play a key in this because I think Yarborough is a guy that kind of plants his feet. He plants his feet and he unloads. He has good footwork too and quick hands, but I think the footwork with Cruz is not going to allow him to plant his feet and you know, leave a mark that he wants.
There you go. There. All right. So just when I was about to wrap it up, someone's joined the chat. This is Wondergirl, and she's going to tell us exactly how to say her name here. Let's see. Pronounce your name for us.
Marlynn.
Marlynn. That's pretty easy. I don't know why I keep on screwing that up. Marlynn. Okay. Marlynn, welcome.
Yeah, everybody always has an I to it for some reason, but yeah, it's just Marlynn.
Okay, there you go. Marlynn represents the MMA holes from the West Coast. Before we let Justin Sumter's in the chat, the fort. Marlynn, take it away. If you have any questions for Justin, he's right here for you.
You know what? You guys have been done great as far as asking him all the questions and everything, so I'm good actually.
Well, there you go. We pretty much covered everything. We went from Justin Sumter, the beginning, to right now. We've covered the UFC. We've spoken about everything. We spoke about Game of Thrones. One more. I see you have a little dog in there. There's a. What happened with the cone on the head?
Oh, he has allergies.
Allergies. Wait, how do you figure out if a dog has allergies?
Well, he bites at his feet all the time.
So how long does the dog have to keep the cone on the head? Oh, okay. All right. What kind of dog is that?
I don't know.
He's a Brittany Border Collie mix.
Uh-huh. Look at that. So, I don't know, Justin, did you see the Facebook videos where we ran into Weidman and Wonderboy and that?
Yeah, I did see him. Yeah.
Drunken. So, Marlyn, hold on. Let me say this right. Hold on. Why can't I get your name right? Marlyn, right?
Marlynn, yes.
Marlyn. Okay, there we go. Marlyn is a super duper Wonderboy fan. Like, borderline.
Before he came to the UFC, I saw him fight in Atlanta, and it was on a small show. It was actually outside. It was outside in like a small cage, and he just demolished this guy. A couple of my guys, my friends back home, they trained with him a whole bunch. So he's from the South Carolina area. A lot of people fought on the same cards as him. So it's pretty cool seeing him, from where he was fighting, I forget, it wasn't in an alley. It was like in this open field, and the production value was a little bit, questionable, but from there to where he's at now, that's pretty cool.
There you go. Look at that. What part of South Carolina were you from?
I'm from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Okay, I see in the chat they were asking where exactly. Myrtle Beach. I used to go there with my family. They used to take me there. They still have that whole little touristy area over there?
The pavilion, they demolished the pavilion. That was one of the staples of Myrtle Beach. But they got Broadway at the beach. That's a pretty big tourist attraction for everybody. So it's nice. I went down for Thanksgiving, so it was pretty cool.
That's cool. I see Jesus Christ is in the chat. He's a regular. He goes, Justine. He's calling you Justine now. But he said, when are you going to become the UFC champion? They're already pushing for you to become the UFC champ.
First the UFC has to give me the call, and then I can kind of extrapolate the actual time and date of when I would expect the title. So until they give me a call, then I can, generate an idea of when the title will be mine.
There you go. I see big things for you, Justin. I really do. After seeing those wins, I mean, man, when you win, you win. So I think when you win, we win. I think that's what happens. Real quick, Marlyn, she actually trains herself. She's a certified badass. So who wants to see Marlyn versus Justin in the cage? That could be a tough fight right there.
Oh, no. I would so lose.
I don't know. You seem like you're pretty tough. Justin, what do you think? Do you think she has a shot?
Everybody. I like to give everybody a shot. But, I'm a nice guy. So now that we're friends, so, I don't like to fight my friends.
I see Michael. Now people are jumping. Now the chat is going. People are jumping in the Hangouts. Justin, we can't just go, man. Hey, as long as you're willing to chat, I'll keep going. It's up to you, brother.
Yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
I like Justin, man. What do you guys think? In the chat, let me know right now. Hit the ones, hit the thumbs ups. If you think Justin should be a recurring MMA-hole, if you guys are Team Fort, let us know. The Fort Army. Michael,
you guys should go on Twitter and just hashtag the Fort Army until we get it trending. So that would be pretty good.
I like that. I like that idea. All right. Hashtag the Fort Army. Let me see. Hashtag the Fort Army. Throw the Twitter handles in there so we know what's going on. I want to see that. That's a good idea there. Marlyn, you're all right? You're spinning around over there. Are you having a seizure or is everything fine?
No, I'm sorry. I'm in my car actually right now, so I'm trying to get proper lighting.
That's okay. I'm just messing with you. The chat room is oneing up. There's a lot of ones in the chat room. Everyone's liking this. It only took us 3 hours to get the show going, Justin. With
It's
these,
just it has to, you know what I mean, once you get the train going, it goes uphill, then it, you know, it's
so now that we have Mike in the, we have Michael Capace. So now let me explain. Let me do a little backstory with Mike. Mike is actually, he's an OG MMA hole with us. He has all the connections. He's the man that puts me in the greatest of positions. Michael's in the chat. Mike, would you like to ask Justin any questions?
Listen, I'm a little late in the game tonight. I've been dealing with some like home issues tonight, so I'm glad I got to meet you, Justin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So unfortunately, I got to be honest, I was not here for the chat for the first 2.5 hours. But listen, you know what? I'm a quick learner, so you know I would love to hear what's going on.
Right now, you know what I mean, I have lined up is I'm cornering two of my teammates. One is having his first MMA fight. That's Steve Morrell, and then I have another guy. He's having his second MMA fight at Mohegan's son, Joe Mikulinski. So that's on my radar right now. That's all I'm focusing about because they're my teammates, and I really want to see them excel in the cage. But other than that, later on in January, I'm looking to either have a fight in CES or Cage Titans. So
nice. So when's the Mohegan fight?
The Mohegan fight is January 7th.
Nice, nice. Very soon, very soon.
Mike, we going? What do you think? You in?
So it's funny because I may not be here. I may be in Vegas for some trade show.
I'll be there. I'm totally there for sure. We need to cover it live. That's what we need to do. We need to get the MMA holes down there. We'll cover it live. MMA holes, let me know if you would like us to cover this shindig. I'm game, man. I'm officially a fan. Marlon, you a fan?
Of course, yeah, heck yeah.
There you go. Got people from all over East Coast, West Coast.
That's what I need. Like once people, you know, they kind of grasp on. I don't like the toot my own horn, but everybody that I meet, they kind of say that I have a great personality, and I like to meet other people with great personalities. And so, you know, if I can kind of build this network of great personalities, I think I can definitely go far in the MMA world.
Yeah, I think so too. You have all the goods. You're the full package, man. You have the cage skills. You have the gift of the gab. You're a likable person. I can't see how people wouldn't root for you. The chat is going. There's a guy, Big John, wants to know if your dick hangs lower than your balls.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
He comes in every time and wants to know the dick ball ratio for everything. That's just what he wants. So I feel he needed to hear that.
Well, he's probably doing statistics, and you know, I mean, he's probably having a real scientific breakthrough on the brink. So, good luck to you, man.
Yeah, he said nice. So he's glad you answered that question. He goes, "You're awesome." He thinks you're awesome, Justin. There you go.
Thank you.
So, Mike, you missed it. We asked all types of questions. We asked some immature questions. We asked some mature questions. Justin answered them all professionally, and he did a great job over here. I think he's a natural.
Nice. Awesome. I wish I was here for the whole thing.
Now they're asking me, what do I shoot with? They're asking me photography questions. Okay. All right, whatever. So like I said before, Mike was the one that hooked us up with the Wonder Boy Wyman thing. He's actually he's the guy for Gotham Magazine and stuff like that. He's got some cool hooks. So yeah, even with the Vegas stuff, when we flew over to Vegas, Mike was the man in charge, and we all jumped aboard. The MMA hole bunch did that up, so it was a lot of fun. So basically, wherever Justin goes, the MMA holes are going to follow as well. We're like a rash now.
Oh, nice. I have a tube of preparation age.
All right, Marlon. Hold on. Oh, it says Marlon took Carrie's spot. Uh-oh. We're enjoying the view. Oh, they're liking Marlon in there. Check it out.
Well, she has to have the wings. Well, not the wings, the cape and the flying, right?
Oh, yeah, Mike, you missed that. Carrie came in. She was flying for Justin. I was like, Justin's out.
I did catch it for a second.
Oh, okay. Justin hung in there like a champ, so I got to give him credit for that one. Marlon, you going to be flying anytime soon?
Not like Carrie for sure, no.
So where's Marlon from? So let's see. Where's that accent from? What city? What state?
I'm from LA, California.
Very nice. One of my favorite cities. Great city.
Oh yeah.
I get to go often.
You do. That's
I
cool.
do. Like once every 6 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Good stuff.
He's the traveler. He's the traveling hole. Let's see. Eddie Manser says, "Wish John Jones had Justin's personality." How about that, Justin? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it definitely could have benefited him in the long run. But people are, you can't. I don't like to wish people to change, who they are. But he could have did things differently. So appreciate that.
Okay, so now people are saying ditch carry.
I'm reading that.
We got Marlon saying. But Marlon doesn't fly. I don't know. Are you sure, guys? Okay, here we go. I'm not even going to proofread this one. I probably should. Big John Ho says, and this is the balls to dick ratio. Be careful. Everyone be aware. Who's going to win the fight this weekend between Max and Pettis? Okay, we did discuss that. Predictions, maybe spice up the channel, brah. Okay, we if you were here 2.5 hours ago, we could have told you that like 40 times. But let's go around the room real quick. I like Holloway myself. Justin, what do you think?
I like Holloway as well.
Okay, there we go. We got 2 Holloways. Marlynn, what do you think?
I'm going with you guys, Holloway for sure. He's on a streak, and Pettis has kind of been down ever since he lost his belt. So
there you go. And Mike, you're picking it up. What do you think?
I mean, listen, I'm gonna agree with Marlon just on the streak, but since you move weight classes, I'm gonna go with Pettis. I'm gonna be the oddball here. I usually am. I'm going Pettis.
Hey, it's not a dangerous choice. I mean, you could go either way with the fight. We're talking about that for a while.
Yep.
So it could go either way. It's going to be a great fight regardless. I think we could all agree on that, right?
And Ghost agrees with me. Pettis. You know it, man.
Yeah.
Well, I like that fight. Like I said at the very beginning, I want Holloway to win, but I think both guys have the abilities to kind of edge each other out. But I just want to see a good fight. I hope Holloway wins, but I just want to see a good fight.
Okay, there you go. Hydro says, yo, she's fly as fuck. There you go, Marlon. Big John says, how about Donald versus Matt? We did discuss that. We'll go quickly around the room one more time. Justin, go for it.
I got Donald Cerrone. I think his striking and his movement kind of edge him out. As you see the fight with Story, I think it kind of ends kind of the same way.
There you go, Marlon.
I'm going to have to go with him, too. I think Cerrone's going to take it. Cerrone is dangerous with those kicks, his striking, and Matt Brown's a slow starter, but if he can get the takedown, then he can do some damage for sure.
Mike?
Cerrone, man, hands down. Only one loss since 2013. I'm going Cerrone.
There you go. It's a clean sweep. Matt Brown?
Who the fuck is that guy?
I'm going with Donald Cerrone. There you go. All right. Now the chat's flying. You guys are killing me. All right. Fook Pettis, we got Diaper John says Donald or Matt. We got that. Quick G, Marlon, I need you to model. They love you, Marlon. Jesus Christ says Anthony Penis. We'll get his ass whooped. It's the first I heard Anthony Penis. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I never heard that either. That's the first time. So
there's a first time for everything on here on the MMA holes. Oh, my God. What about let's go to the hold on, the Kennedy Gastelum fight. Let's go around the room for that one because I'm pretty
Ho in Swanson. That's a good.
There you go. All right, you know what? Let's do that. Go for it. Let's see. We're gonna start with Mike with this one. Mike, did you see that one?
Which one?
Hold on, I'll pull it up for you in case because I know you're late. You're late to the discussion. We're gonna have to penalize you.
These comments.
You guys. So everyone that's in the Hangouts right now, if you do open up YouTube, you can see the live chat. And if I'm not reading the things, you'll know why when you read the chat.
I'm opening the chat.
I'm dying.
We're sending Justin in. We're sending him. He's going to fuck you guys up. All right. Here we go. All right, present to everyone. Here we go, guys. So here we go, Mike. We're going to this one right here. Swanson versus Choi. We spoke about this before. What do you think about this one?
Just going by stats here. I'm going to look around here. You know what? But this is tough. That is a tough one. All right, we'll get back to you, Mike. Think about it. Let's go with Choi on this one. And this is just a guess, man. I'm only going to pick it out of random right now because I'm not familiar with either right now. So I'm going to pick it random. I'm going to go with Choi.
Okay, Choi. Marlon?
I'm going to have to go with Cub. I don't know. he's a veteran in this, and I'm gonna give him the shot for sure.
There you go. That's a Cub. We have one Cub. We have one Choi. Here we go, Justin. We know you've said it before, but go for it again.
Yeah, I'm going with Dory Holt, just because I think like he's just I don't want to say a superb athlete, but if you looked at his fights, like if you stop, you're going to sleep. Like if you stop moving, I think Cub Swanson, he has some good skills, but you know, this up and comer, like he's coming for blood. Like he's coming in there, he's trying to make a showcase of everybody that he steps in the cage with him. And I think this might be the first South Korean to maybe fight and get a title. This weight class is kind of a tough one, but I think if he develops, like I see, we don't know. We haven't seen him in a wrestling exchange. We haven't seen him in a grappling exchange. All too often, you see people that are good striking, they can't really grapple or can't do anything like that. But I think Choi definitely has this fight.
All right, and I'm gonna have to agree on this one here. And if you look at these freaking idiots, these comments are too much.
I look at the comments. I got YouTube up on my phone.
Yeah, so if you go to the MMA-Holes, it'll show there's a live stream. You click on that, and then the live chat will pop up on the side over there. You probably don't want to go because these guys, this guy Big John, I mean, he's.
So it'll pop up. I'm looking at the video now.
Yeah, just live chat, and it should pop up. But yeah, Doohoo Choi, he is a bad.
Oh, there we go. I see it now.
Yeah, these people are whacked out. This guy, Big John, he comes in, he starts ruckus over here. Okay, so yeah, I go with Choi for sure. Look at his resume. Choi is no fucking joke. Is he the dude that they're saying is the Korean McGregor or something like that? I think he's the one.
No, I thought they called him like the baby because he has like a real kid face. Like his face looks like he's a little kid. But he goes in there and just beats these guys up.
Yeah,
we call him the killer baby.
The killer baby. There you go. Yeah, I'm going with the killer baby for sure. Not because of the record, just because of the way he fights. I mean, and Cub too. I know he's number 4 and everything like that, but you know, he's up and down as well. He's a good fighter, but I don't know. The baby. Yeah,
like the last fight, like the last main one I saw, he fought Edgar, and Edgar just made him look like he was in, cement. Like he just moved quicker, took him down. Like this flawless performance by Edgar against him.
Yeah, Frankie Edgar. I tell you what, he rejuvenated himself with with his last fight. He really put that one.
Who the fuck is that guy?
It took me a second to get that soundbite. I'm slacking. I'm fucking slacking. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna go to one more here. I know we spoke about this earlier. We have a couple more friends in here, so fuck it. Let's go for it. Boom, like this. We're presenting to everyone. Gastelum, I'm always, if Gastelum can make weight, I'm always pumped about a Gastelum fight. There's something about him that's just fun to watch. I love his style. And Tim Kennedy is another badass over here. Let's go with Justin first on this one.
I forgot what I said before, but I'm just looking for a good fight with this. I think Gastelum, I think he has great footwork. He has great footwork, great striking. Tim Kennedy is kind of like a Matt Brown in the fact that he has great power, but he's kind of a slow starter, and he definitely needs to build up steam. So I think Gastelum can edge this one out, if not in the first round to a decision. So I would go with Gastelum.
There we go. We got a Gastelum. Marlynn, what do you think?
I'm going to have to agree. I'm going with Gastelum. I think he's hungry for it right now. And, I love Tim Kennedy. I think he's great, but I'm going to give it to Gastelum for sure.
I think Marlon's going to get us a couple extra subscribers. Mike, what do you think?
I like Tim Kennedy. Again, oddball out. I'm going with Kennedy.
All right, Tim Kennedy. This one, to me, is like the toughest one, man. This one, I really – you got Kennedy's been off for a while. Gastelum hasn't fought just because of all his weight issues and stuff like that. I think Gastelum could be comfy at this weight. I thought that Gastelum was going to beat Cerrone. I actually thought that fight, if that fight ever happened, I really did think, I believed that Gastelum was going to beat Cerrone. I don't know if he's going to beat Kennedy. Oh, shit. This is a tough one for me, man. This is really tough. I like both fighters. I'm going to go with Kelvin. That's what I'm going to do with that one, for sure. But, yeah, that's going to be a fun fight to watch, man. Absolute fun. There's a lot of fun fights on that card. And Mike's going to the Polar Express this weekend, right? You want to tell us about that? Tell us about that. The Polar Express.
I'm good. We can skip that.
Polar Express. I'm just going to leave this banner on there, Justin. Make sure I spelled everything correctly. I don't know if I did.
Like, I was wondering how you get the banners on. I was like, I don't got a banner. It's just...
So, yeah, if you're on your computer, the lower third, go over there. You could pop it in. You just type it in, and you have a fancy little banner over there. Marlynn,
lower third.
Yeah, it's on the right. So, yeah, we're going to do a little walkthrough over here. So, there's apps on the side. On the left-hand side, you're going to have apps. There's a thing called Hangouts Toolbox. Do you see that?
Wait, let me see.
A little tech talk right now. Hang in there. We got it. Yeah, it's a thing called Hangouts Toolbox. Okay.
Yeah.
You click on that. There's a little face on the left-hand side when that thing pops open. You click on that face, and then the fun begins.
Oh, it's saying, let me see. That's an error, invalid client. So I don't think I can do that right now.
All right, so on some other time, that's where it is. It's in that little toolbox, and then Hangouts is real glitchy. It's really glitchy. So when I crashed before, I had no idea. I was talking to myself, and I was like, "Oh wow, I'm by myself right now." so yeah, that's that. Marlynn, where are you driving to? You driving home?
No, I'm going to the gym now, actually. I just came from the mall. I had to go and do some shopping because I have a Christmas party to go to for my company this Saturday. So I had to buy some shoes, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to do.
You shouldn't drive in video chat, by the way.
So we call the cops now. Call the cops ASAP.
No, I'm not driving. I'm in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. Be careful. Lock the doors. We don't want any MMA holes getting hurt out there. Actually, you take care of yourself, so.
Exactly.
Okay. So Big John wants to smell Justin's upper lip. How about that? Oh, God. I'm just trying to see if there's a normal question here.
I guess.
Okay. Exco says Connor McTwoBelts. All right. So, yeah. These guys they're Thomas Brown says, call the cops, goddammit. I almost said Cox. Call the cops.
Different chat.
That's for another show. So
other MMA holes.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I could see. Forget it. I'm not going to go there. Maybe on my Fight Buddies. On my Fight Buddies, I sip on scotch, and that's where it all flies. Yeah. But this Friday, I think I'm going to go do a 2 for 2 this Friday. I would love to do a stream on Friday because I love that fight card. I want to bang one out real quick.
Okay.
And then I want to do one Saturday, too. 206 is a must. The guys, my buddy Mike is with a bunch of friends. If you guys could jump in on the stream, maybe we could do a massive orgy, 206 orgy together. If you guys are around, Marlynn, watch it. I don't know. I see you grinning over there. Yeah, but I would love to do it. Anytime you guys feel free, you're more than welcome to jump in. We'll message you guys the links, and it'd be so much fun to hang out with you guys again, for sure.
Definitely will.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Marlynn's going to get her swole on. I want to go around the room one more time. Any final thoughts? We're going to wrap up this show with the MMA holes. I had a great freaking time. We're going to leave it up with Justin. Mike, start it off, Mike. What do you think? Any feelings?
Listen, I came in late, man. So, I wish I was here for the whole show. It looks like it was a good one. So, no feelings to close out with. Always a pleasure hanging out at the end of the night. So, Justin, good luck, man. I hope, listen, if I'm in town, January 7th, I'm going to be up there with Chris. Traveling is kind of on my radar right now, so I'll see what's going on. But listen, man, I'll have to check it out.
Thank you.
Good luck.
There you go, Marlynn. Any last words?
Nothing. Just thank you for everything, for getting that video for me. And, yeah, I'm just proud to be part of be an MMA hole.
Oh, Wonder Boy. It looked just like him, right?
She fell for it, Mike. She fell for it. We got her on the stream. It worked.
Oh!
Oh man. And Marlyn, before you say your last words, I need you to say one thing for me, okay? All I want to do, not Marlyn, I'm sorry. Hello.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Now I'm getting everyone's name. Justin. Marlyn, you could say whatever you would like to if you would like to say anything else. Right.
No, that's it. I just wanted to say thank you, and now you know my name, how to pronounce my name.
Marlyn, okay. I'll make sure not to fuck that up anymore. I'll try.
I appreciate it.
And Justin, I'm sorry. Justin, this is what I need you to do right now. I need you to look right into the camera. I'm going to actually put the camera on you, okay? Hold on. I'm going to make this happen. Okay, now, right now, everyone can see you. Here you go. Looking good, looking good. All right, so this is what I need you to do. I need you to look into the camera and say, I am Justin Sumter. I am an MMA hole. I need you to say it right now.
I am Justin the Fort Sumter, and I am a MMA hole.
Awesome, man. That's awesome. Good shit.
That is what I want. The reason why I did that is because when you become big and famous, we have that clip, and we're going to play it over and over. We won't talk about the poop things that we talked about before. I'll make sure we'll keep the poop talk. It was a pleasure meeting you as well. Guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you. Justin's G.
Can I say some last things? They gave me a list of things to say, and I got to say them. Shout out to the CT Supplements, one of the sponsors I have. Also, my team, FAA. Wash and Wag. It's a dog grooming place in New Haven. And Prosper Management for, helping me out and getting me this far and then allowing me to kind of flourish in the MMA world, to say so. Shout out to those guys, and I greatly appreciate MMA-Holes for having me on the first professional fighter on their web show, so I greatly appreciate it.
Justin, we are beyond happy to have you on here. I know the chat is. I am definitely. This made my night. You really did. Coming in, you were a great friend on Twitter. I enjoy your company out there, and what you've done tonight has been more than
wonderful.
For sure. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we are rooting for you. We're pushing for you. We'll look forward to see you again, Justin.
Okay, definitely, most definitely. Hopefully, we can do something Friday or something Saturday. So.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Let's do it. All right, let's
have that orgy.
Yeah. Justin wants the orgy. Yeah, let's go. Fuck it. All right. Marlyn, settle down.
I didn't say nothing.
Settle down. Calm down, Marlyn. You're getting a little out of control over there.
Sorry. Can't help it.
It was a carry flying around. It must have been that.
So, Marlyn, quick question. So now, I told Chris, because I have to be in LA at the end of January. Okay, and I said to Chris, he should come out with me and do an MMA-Hole show from LA. What do we think?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that is a brilliant idea. You got to do it, Chris.
Chris, you're coming to LA.
Hold on. Before I'm making a decision, I have to ask someone. Connor, do you think it's a good idea for us to go to LA?
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go.
See, there you go.
That sounds like a good idea. Okay, yeah, if we work that out. I want to do this show everywhere. I would love to do traveling and hanging out with I want to do bars and stuff like that and have a lot of fun. We're growing a nice, large family, and having a professional fighter on the show, grace our show, is more than exciting and new. It's a love boat. Forget it. All right, guys. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Marlyn. Thank you, Justin, especially. We are the MMA-Holes. I'm going to do my outro song. I bid you farewell. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining us. And guys, that's fucking right. We are the MMA-Holes. Everybody remember, every Wednesday, we are here. We are live. We do a weekly show, weekly chat. This weekend, we're doing the Fight Buddies. Stay tuned. And remember, don't be an a-hole. Be. Guys, can I hear you in the chat? Don't be an a-hole. Be.
MMA.
Be an MMA hole.